see and hear you.
What's up, guys?
Hi, everybody.
I'm not doing a bit this time, but I am a shark.
Welcome in, guys. You are here for campaign number 2 for the onesie one-shot, so here we are, in our onesies, dying of heat stroke just for you, you wonderful beings.
I can't even breathe.
Hooray!
Sean's gonna pass out.
All right, but before we die of heat exhaustion, we have some announcements to do first, right?
Yeah,
Sure.
I'm up first. So I'm here to talk about your schedule. So tomorrow you guys can join us for a Call of Cthulhu one-shot run by Cloudy Kate. It's called Feline Frenzy. It features a lot of fun new... Yep, looks like... it features a lot of new faces for the channel, so I'm super excited for that. Again, this is our onesie weekend, so this is the last day, and we'll be here with a new community goal soon. We have Off the Rails May 7th, Conundrum Company May 8th, so our normal days for that. And then the following Monday on May 10th, we have Highlight Heroes featuring Momo O'Brien. So you guys can hang out with us then. And that's our schedule.
And none of this amazing program could be brought to you without our fantastic sponsors, the first of whom is Skull Splitter Dice.
Hell yeah. Scream.
Guys, Skull Splitter Dice has a bunch of amazing products. You can click on the link in chat if you want to go take a look at those products and purchase yourself some. But also, if you'd like to get in on the brand new drawing for this month, the month of May, during the break, we'll be opening the raffle. We'll be drawing that raffle at the end of the month, which will be May 29th. So this show, this time around, I believe. And that raffle is, again, for a skull mug filled with approximately 100 of Skull Splitter's Dice's bestest dice. Followers get 1 entry, subscribers get 2. Make sure you subscribe beforehand if you're going to subscribe this month. The double is not retroactive, okay? So that will be open during the break. Stay tuned. And of course, we have our second sponsor, the gooeyest of cube companies, Gooey Cube. Guys, Gooey Cube, they make a whole bunch of D&D 5e supplemental material for Game Masters. You can get a whole world done straight for you in these beautiful box sets or in a digital version. It's fantastic. Sean Parker and I have played in it. Sarah's played in it. We very much enjoyed it. Highly recommend you check out Gooey Cube to get yourself some homebrewed content just for you. Again, the community event is happening. Good job, guys. 1 million entries in less than 2 months. That's insane. And a big shout out. We have a wiki if you guys want to check it out. Thank you to all the players for entering content. And thank you, Tanner, for helping with that. And with that, the most important announcement goes to Sean.
That's me.
Oh my god.
Genuinely, they help me see things in this. This month, our charity for this month is the Coalition of the Homeless. They are an organization that believes that affordable housing, sufficient food, and a chance to earn a living wage is a fundamental right in a civil society. So they help out the homeless in any way they can. So if you can go ahead and oh, hello everyone. If you can go ahead and support them, the link is below. The big donate button has been changed this month for the Coalition of the Homeless. Click on that button and it should take you right to their site. Give a donation in our name rather than bits or subs, and we'd be delighted. Thank you very much.
Whoop.
Anything else anyone wants to share?
We love you.
We love
There
it.
it is.
Yeah.
And with that, my friends, it's time for Conundrum Company.
Woo.
Hey, doo-doo-doo.
Let's
Do.
We rejoin our party in the grand city of Neildra. They had met with the king, updating the monarch on what they had learned of the Scarlet Brotherhood before offering him a trade. They would aid in the final push against Monmorg at his fortress if the crown offered support on an expedition to the Tillenvault Peninsula. The king readily agreed to provide 4 expeditionary ships to travel with the party once the business with the pirate princes was complete. Plans were also laid to assure that Carrick Bonemeal would join the party in attempting to help Lila recover. With the crown's aid once again secured, the party elected to spend some time in the city. They visited the Nothic Shek, Zahl sharing some painful secrets with a strange creature and securing an interesting text. The party stumbled across a Mayhem Mency competition. Zahl and Peach found themselves filling in for a wounded player, actually winning the complicated gravity game. Near the end of the day, the party was accosted by a strange dwarf, ranting about recognizing the back of Peach's head. The party found themselves being dragged out to a strange camp outside the city walls, where they were introduced to Sunshine. Apparently the strange Genasi had painted Peach, and as the two spoke, some pieces began to fit together. Peach had been receiving strange signs from Serdawir for weeks, and the final clue fell into place. They were being called away from their friends. There was a task that they needed to complete alone. As this realization dawned on Peach and the rest of the party, a somber mood fell upon them all. They found themselves mingling amongst the Yazgi din, considering what was to come. Sunshine's interest in the group had been piqued, and it was nearly time for them to begin their roaming. Perhaps they could help this strange band. It is the morning of Earth Day, the 6th day of Richfest, and the party rouses from their beds at Castle Scotty. Some of them didn't get much sleep last night. The day, my friends, is yours.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Salvator. Yes, it's morning. It's... I don't know what time it is. Josh, what time is it?
It's whenever you guys wanted to get up, really. I mean, it would be a little later. It'd probably be about 9, 10 a.m. It's 9:45 a.m., Demi.
Yeah, it's 9:45, Zahl, in the morning.
Gotcha.
Mm-hmm.
And he's still 100% like just doing like using fine detailing in this book now.
So Salvatore and
are
Zahl
you
both have
alright?
a point of exhaustion.
Oh.
Yes, that is true.
Am I? No, I'm fine. I was working on something last night, so
Oh.
Yeah.
Lovely.
I do.
What are you working on?
So, a few weeks ago, I bought this journal, and I'm not much of a writer, or like you all. But I wanted to capture moments that were important to me over the years, and I figured, why not start now? So, and he turns the journal around, and it is a very detailed picture of you. And it's things that are important to me in my life that I want in this journal. So,
It's quite impressive.
thank you. I spent apparently all night on it.
It's all beautiful. Is that what I look like? They're like,
Yes. You are attractive. You do know that, right?
It's true.
Oh.
Okay. Well, our plans for today, are we spending today at all in the city, or do you want to leave as soon as possible, Peach?
Thing. So, timeline-wise, just triple checking before Peach says anything. Delilah has another day until it gets to
It will be
Saltmarsh?
tomorrow when it arrives at Saltmarsh. Probably about midday tomorrow.
I think it kind of depends on Keurig, whether or not he'd be willing to leave a day before we can get him to do what he said he will do.
That's fair. We could always spend like half the day here if he needed, or ask him. I'm sure it can't be that hard to find him, since we're already here.
Go look. We can.
Salvatore, any idea where he'd be? I don't
Sorry,
know.
what?
In the castle before. So, where Carrick would be.
He is the chef of the kingdom, so I believe he would be located near the kitchen.
Maybe we ask for directions that way then. Demi walks out of the room and asks somebody for directions.
Okay.
Peach follows, and they're unbraiding the braid that Demi did, and their hair is in waves, kind of like hers, for like the first time ever.
Very cute.
So, you're looking for just a guard or somebody to give you guys direction?
Yep.
Okay. Easy enough to find them. They're posted around the halls, and they kind of point you back to the main castle. You know you're in one wing, and then there's basically, as you go into like the Great Hall, there are these wings that lead downwards. They kind of direct you out in that direction and down into the lower depths of the castle where the main kitchens are located. It's easy enough to make your way there. Are you all going together?
Yes.
Sure.
Okay. So the lot of you kind of make your way again down. This portion of the castle, you go downwards. There's a few offshooting hallways that lead into like lower segments where there's storage or small guest rooms or side rooms. You remember it kind of cutting down like this when you went down into those interrogation chambers. It leads down, and then you kind of pause. Demi, what's your passive again? It's pretty high, right?
20.
Yeah. You are able to hear the telltale sounds of a kitchen on this floor off to the left. And this is kind of, you're quite deep now. You're pretty sure you've been cut into the bedrock along the cliff here. And you hear kind of this clanging and kitchen noises, the sound of many individuals working laboriously.
I think it's this way. She's gonna walk that way.
Okay.
Right?
So as you kind of make your way down, it's easy enough to follow the sound, and you start to realize it's one long hallway that cuts under the main building and then connects to stairs that lead downwards and upwards again, like they kind of mirror each other. There's a lot of symmetry in this architecture. But to the left, going backwards, which would be the direction away from the cliff, there are all these huge doors, and a few of them are laying open with just massive stockpiles of food and supplies there available. But as you get to kind of the center of this cross, there is this huge series of open arches that kind of look into this room that are steps leading downwards. And then this huge long room runs all the way back. And at the end, you actually see these open windows that look into the open of air. And you see that the end of this cavernous space is actually cut into the cliff wall that the castle sits on top of. There's sort of this cool air coming in from there, but it's mitigated before it reaches you by a long series of cooking stoves that run up the center, and then there's all these cutting boards off to the side. And there are a number of individuals darting back and forth right now. Seemingly nothing major being prepared, but not only does it look like they prepare food for the nobility in all of their various rooms for feasts and so on and so forth, but there is also the staff that appears to be fed here as well. You can see there's porridge going off to one side, a lot of familiar fare. And Kirik, you could see, is at the end, currently standing over this big vat, and he's sticking his finger in it. And it's this tall, broad-shouldered half-orc with this long, swept-back black hair that you recall from before, wearing an apron with semblances of armor as well.
I do my best not to be in the way.
Could he be considered the Iron Chef?
Sure.
Jesus.
So you guys kind of make your way down. It is a little tricky. You kind of have to dodge as pots and pans go back and forth. But most folks are used to. Peach, you're a little familiar with this. There's a trained practice to culinary professionals where they recognize through the back of their head people behind them and always manage to step around them. And you do hear like calls going out, but it's second nature to a lot of these individuals. They've been at it and they're quite practiced in their craft.
86 mushrooms. 86 mushrooms.
You see as Kirik kind of looks up from his work as you approach. Oh, I help. Why don't you see you out of here?
Yes, looking specifically for you.
Aye.
How something came up, and it might be advantageous for us to leave today instead of tomorrow morning. But I didn't know how long you could be away from the castle.
I can do a night or two. Aye.
Oh, wonderful. I think it would just be one night. So maybe later today.
Oh, that depends on how long I need with your captain.
Right. Well, we do have places for you to stay then, if you need more time with her.
I would hope.
Yes. Yes. So later today would be all right. We'd hate to throw this, not right now, obviously, because that would be rude.
I've got my regents and all that. Should be fine. Scuttle will take care of the kitchens, and you look over, and he kind of ushers at this figure who turns around, and it looks physically a lot like Didasco, but a lot shorter. So kind of tabaxi height, but a much more leonine build in this figure. And they just kind of give you a nod, go back to working.
The name is Scuttle?
Scuttle.
I love that.
Are they like a panther or something?
Well,
Oh, some sort of wildcat. I don't know.
That was
Anyway,
not a character. I was wondering.
Oh.
Was Adam? That was
Okay, I was like,
100%
what's Adam?
an asshole. Like, no, just
What are you?
Yeah, I was like,
what happened to you?
God.
Look out!
Stop it.
There's a monster!
Oh my
Draw your
God.
weapons.
Oh no.
There's a freak in the kitchen.
Roll initiative!
It's
Oh,
us.
gosh.
We're the freak in the kitchen. Anyway.
does
Okay.
the part snake.
All right, meet you midday then.
Sure, we'll go make ourselves scarce. until-
Teleportation room, right?
Right.
All right.
Yes.
Or anywhere else.
Well, teleportation room is fine. Yes.
Sure.
Just so we have one
Charm
place
as
to
always.
meet. We're so sorry, Carrick. We're so sorry.
You get the feeling he's used to Salvator being like this?
Oh,
That's an accurate statement.
Yeah! he's worked with
I
you
was-
for a few months, yeah.
He was insulted at the fact that he didn't think he could do it from anywhere.
Carrick has
like a
no
perfectly
idea
wonderful-
how he's insulted you, he's just certain he has.
Fine.
Yeah.
okay, right. So
All right,
we'll
we'll
leave.
see you there.
My-
Yeah.
All right.
Ah,
More salt!
Perfect.
You see him, like, go back to his work.
Lord, it's busy in there. Does anyone have anything to do? I have like a slight errand that I'd like to run, but and we also would need to get our new acquaintance.
Sunshine.
Yes.
Right.
So
I tried to do that thing where I can look at a person and see how. I tried to figure out Remgar's famous power scale, Salvator, and I couldn't. And I think I couldn't because of the time Aneka almost bit me, and I decided to give up things. But I mean, they seem confident,
Interesting.
so that's something.
Well, it should be fine.
Oh, Salvatore, can you do me a favor?
Depends on what it is.
Can you well, that's
no,
all
it's
right.
valid. That's fair.
It is, but like also
An unnamed favor would be quite
that
silly.
is true. This book that I just got. Would you mind like figuring out what the curse is?
I
Or
believe
can
I
you?
was unable to find out what. I point towards everything I'm wearing from Shek's house. Like, I wasn't able to find anything specific on these. I could try. Maybe it's different with yours, but. You sure?
It's just a thought, and I hand him the book.
I read it in over 6 days. and I
No!
get stronger. Oh, this is going to take a while. When we have 10 minutes, I'll identify it.
Sure, you're able to take 10 minutes. Just you go back to your rooms to like tidy up and freshen up a little bit before heading out into the city. And Salvatore casts Identify. Again, this is the tome that increases your dexterity modifier by 2. There is nothing that you are aware of that is untowards or problematic.
Okay, so
Cool.
shot in the dark.
That's why I was like shot in the dark. Maybe we'll get something off of it. But
Yeah.
all right, dope.
I'll give you that information.
Cool. Thank
Okay.
you. I do appreciate it.
Hey, no worries. I wouldn't take it fully to heart, but I couldn't see anything.
Okay. Well, let's hope. Am I right?
Also, I could not.
Oh.
Hello?
Hello.
Yeah, hi. What's
Hi.
Sorry,
Salvador?
one moment, Zahl. What do you
Oh.
mean you couldn't?
Wait,
I was
what?
looking at the book. You were staring at it, so I stared at it.
Yes.
I couldn't see
like that.
anything.
Is this like a private comment? Do I need to leave?
I think he.
You're being very rude
Hi,
and interrupting,
Grax.
Zahl. One second.
Hello.
He says hello. Wait,
Oh, nice.
Can you usually see if things are not correct?
Mostly invisible.
Ah,
Or on the
so
ethereal
the normal
plane.
things.
Yes.
There's no invisible ink on your book, Zahl.
That's good to hear.
Important
Tell
to know.
Agrax.
I just wanted to be
say-
a part of something.
Can you tell Agrax?
I'm
I said
so
thank you
Yes,
lonely.
very
hello.
much.
Oh, 1 second, Agrax. So you got a
Weird.
message. Hold on 1 second.
I just can you please tell him I say thank you very much and I appreciate him.
Could you tell Zahl I can read his lips?
He can read your lips, so he knows.
Oh,
But thank you. Or
How did
he's
we-
welcome.
How did we adopt a beholder? Anyway,
honestly,
or whatever he
I
is.
just want to hang
I'm
out.
so lonely.
I honestly want him to just hang out with us. I feel like he's chill. I feel
Oh my
like he's a
god,
little
I
bit
don't
chill.
know that he is.
I feel like he's on board.
Just let it book for 10 minutes and went, nah, homie, you good. I think he's chill.
Oh my god, I think he's lonely. Anyway, so let's
If he ends up being
go
the final boss, I'll
towards
be
the
Your errand?
Well, I can do that while we go to the. I don't know what to call it.
the festival outside
The
the festival?
burning place.
The man of burning.
Ah,
The
the fire
burning-
hazard.
That.
I realized we didn't get the
Nope.
name of them.
Nope.
The burning of
Yeah.
the man.
Big burning place.
The effigy lighting.
Ah,
The burning of the man.
ruined it.
You did this.
My
You
bad.
all did this.
Anyway, we go.
Effigy.
Oh,
I lead us back that way.
yeah.
Okay. So you make your way back down through the town towards the camp of the Yoski Din. Again,
we
it's
go.
out the southern gate and off to the left, kind of between the main road and the river draw. As you make your way in again, this eclectic series of varied and colorfully painted caravans and other living structures that have been erected for them to stay in. There's
John.
What? That wasn't me.
Let him stew in it for a second. He's loving it. Okay,
He's loving it.
He's loving it.
That'll teach you to shame me. Look at me.
I have no shame.
I did this to myself.
So there is this pen of these strange rhino ram creatures. No, Sassy, not right now, sweetie. As you kind of approach, you can see there are still folks about doing things. It's not like everyone is out like a light. It is by now 11:30. Demi, it's 11:24 a.m.
Thank you.
As you walk into the camp.
We gained a whole 6 minutes.
Ooh.
Woo woo! Are you looking for anyone in particular?
1 or 2 people, I believe.
Sunshine and Bicker.
Sunshine.
Bicker.
Make perception checks for me.
Okay.
No.
5.
22.
22.
My dice.
My
Relatively well.
perception.
15.
15. Okay.
I believe also 15, yeah.
So those of you with a 10 and above kind of recall the caravan specifically that you recall Sunshine keeping most of their accoutrements and materials in and kind of referencing as their primary place of abode currently. You make your way over there and you do see the kind of head of Bicker pop from this caravan. Oh, hey. Morning.
Good morning.
Morning.
Hello.
Oh, you're probably... Hold
How are
on.
you today?
Did you still want to come with us?
Sunshine. Your friends are here.
Oh.
All right, my friends.
Sorry.
Where are we? Oh, hello.
Presumptuous. I'll leave.
No, darling. I would love to think of them as friends. I hear that might not be everyone's perspective.
Right.
Hello,
right.
good morning.
Hello.
Morning.
And I will, because I was stressed and didn't have it open at the time. Sunshine walks out of the caravan. They are a tall Genasi person with these wandering gray eyes. They have these sunrise curls that spiral skywards in pink pastels. Their pale skin is hued by delicate pinks and blues. And the entirety of Sunshine's neck is night sky black, speckled with the occasional pinprick of what almost seems like starlight, and a similar scar streaks up their sternum, reaching almost to their collarbone. They are wearing armor made from enchanted iridescent glass, which has been painted with little flowers and Serdwer-esque stars and intricate swirling patterns. And all of their accoutrements are these seafoam greens and pale pinks and deep roses. They're also wearing a gray belt around their waist and a thigh bandolier holding multiple jars of paint and the rest of their painting supply.
That's awesome.
Hello there.
That's so badass.
Demi,
Hello.
once they step out, just briefly to Peach, did you know that there were so many of us?
You were the first Genasi I ever saw, met, talked
I don't think I've ever met another one before you. I was aware of us. Weird.
Has Sunshine ever seen another Genasi before?
I mean, do you want to decide that now, or do you want me to decide it for you?
Would you like me to roll for it?
Go ahead and roll.
8. Flat 8. I don't know what else I'd add to
Weirdly,
that.
in all of Sunshine's travels, you've heard of them referenced before? Like, they're not so impossible as to cause people to stop and point in the middle of the street, which Demi and Peach are also familiar with. They do draw attention, but they're not a insane rarity. Leonin are particularly rare to be seen, Loxodron, that sort of race, but Genasi kind of sit a little bit in the middle. Nonetheless, weirdly, Sunshine, this is your first time.
You are the first Genasi I have ever seen in person before.
If we
so
find one more that
We could
happens
start a
to
band.
be
Earth, wind, fire, and air.
I was thinking that, yes, we need a fire one.
I can't play an instrument, but we could start a band. I'll play the triangle.
Oh. Wait, you...
I can kind of play the violin, but I hate it. So I'll play the triangle.
Well, that's...
I mean, I didn't. Drums are pretty easy to learn. I found that out last night.
All
so-
Did you?
And you'll be there as well. We
Hey.
can start.
what you
full
found out
orchestra.
last night.
I also found out that coffee can be weird sometimes.
What a discovery.
Fascinating.
That was such a good line!
I've not slept, and I can tell.
Would you like some more coffee, Zahl? This isn't weird. It is morning coffee.
I was
don't
fine
know
with the
that
weird
that's-
coffee. It didn't
I
really
don't-
affect me at all.
I don't know that that's...
I didn't sleep last night, but it didn't really affect me at all.
Oh, darling, I think it
that
might
is-
have affected you if you didn't sleep.
No, I'm fine.
Affecting.
All right.
Oh, wonderful. We were coming by to let you know that we would be leaving this afternoon instead of tomorrow, if you would still like to accompany us.
Very much so. They'll turn to Vicar. Love, a question for you.
Hey.
From what I understand, these folks are teleporting with someone to Saltmarsh, and then he will be traveling back. They will not be going with. Would you like to travel to Saltmarsh for a day or two? And then
You're
I
not
believe you
teleport.
could come back with this individual. That's what they said.
I mean, if I'm not imposing, sure.
Not any more than anyone else.
I am imposing, so
Subtle.
you're just...
Oh,
is
well,
all
I'm
my
used to
fault.
that, so yeah, all right. I
Perfect.
will pseudo-impose through my partner.
Wonderful. Okay, well then we're heading back to the castle to collect our last friend in a little bit. I have some errands that I wanted to run in town, but
All right,
then-
the castle.
yes.
Fascinating.
Kind of famous.
You see Bicker kind of leans into Sunshine and goes, a castle and a teleport in one day.
So many experiences, love.
Welcome to my life.
Salvator sounds like a
Best of
disgruntled
both
employee.
What time shall we be meeting you at the castle? I would like to say my goodbyes to the Oski Din.
Oh, of course. We said afternoon, so it's 11:52 right now. So we're gonna go with 2:33. If 2:30, not 2:33, 2:30 or 3-ish.
All right. You'll be there then.
You can probably get in by saying that you're there to see the heroes of the Black Isle.
We'll just make sure that you're.
Okay.
Heroes of the Black Isle. It's a lovely title. All right.
It's something.
All right.
It's something. Okay.
Goodbye.
Wonderful.
See you later.
Ellie.
Salvator.
You sound like a disgruntled. Like I can't
I
get
didn't
over
sleep
it.
last night.
Yeah. I
You
do
see
love that.
Salvatore as you
I
glance
love it.
around. Jensum sees you, who was your buddy, your button buddy from yesterday, and is headed straight towards the group from like 40 feet away. Hey! Hey!
Quickly, move your face faster.
Oh, Salvatore. Oh,
Okay. Salvatore, why are you
Salvatore,
dragging
it
us?
looks like he wants to
military-
talk to you.
oh,
that
Peach,
guy.
I think that's the
I'm
point.
sure he does.
Let's
Hey!
go.
Hey! Salvatore! You remember me? And he's like yelling from across the gum.
Sorry, so much business. Must attend to it. You understand, button pal? Yes, of course.
Oh yeah, okay. And he like is trying to catch up, but you get away quickly enough.
Amazing.
Oh my. I think you would have preferred mine.
No.
Ah.
Oh, mine.
Escape my button friend.
You run from your button buddy.
Fly, you fools. Okay, where are you headed?
I am looking for did we decide what kind of tools I needed for the thing that I'm trying to do with the ivory? Do we know?
So again, that's you tell me what you want to do, and I will tell you what you need to achieve.
I want to make that little thumb piano that I showed you.
Okay.
Sort of instrument
So
from
you'll
the ivory that I bought.
make a performance check for me, because I tend to make art performance anyway.
Okay. Not using my lyre right now, so I won't do the advantage.
That
So
way.
it's... Hold on, sorry. What is... 14 plus 12.
14. Okay. So good.
26?
Yeah. Okay.
I was like,
So ivory is an interesting substance. You can carve it and shape it. You want to keep a fair amount of, I don't know much about actually carving ivory. This is my DM blind spot. You want to keep a fair amounts of density. You don't want to carve it too thin because it could snap.
Yeah.
There's a brittleness to it at a certain point. But you could certainly sort of sharper gouging tools. You've seen like woodworkers working with things and leather workers working with things. Tools like that would likely suffice to craft this into a certain shape.
okay. Then I am looking for a place to buy that and possibly a place that sells journals. And that is my thing.
Okay, both of
All
those
the
could
part.
be easily found at a general store, and
Okay.
you've passed a myriad of those just on the main street alone, walking through the city. So as you make your way up through, you just duck your head in one, and it's easy enough to procure. We'll say a woodcrafter's kit is likely the more useful in this instance.
Okay.
And there are just a slew of journals. Take your pick, sitting on one wall. It's like when you walk into like King Supers and they've got that wall of empty journals for you to grab.
Okay.
But more fantasy.
But more fantasy.
King Supreme.
I am trying to do this without anybody seeing me buy it.
Okay, what's the
But I
rest of the
would like-
party doing?
Yeah.
I'm watching Demi like a hawk.
Yeah, weird.
Sleepy eyes?
I intended to watch her buy that specifically. No, I'm kidding.
Literally doing anything else.
There
I
are
would not.
festivities
Yeah.
going
I'm
on
gonna roll for it.
outside. Like there's like the Rich Fest thing. So if you don't have business with Demi could have ducked in here on her own while you stay out where the interesting and engaging things are occurring.
Yeah.
Probably buy like street food, like street vendor food and stuff like that.
Easy enough. You
We'll walk
find
around.
some food that is available to you. Make a perception check, folks outside, and while you're doing that, Demi. Nobody's in the store with you, so you're
Nobody's in the store.
scot-free here.
Dope. I am looking for either something green or something that has stars on it.
Green or stars? Okay, roll an investigation check for me.
That is a 15 plus 6, so 21.
Okay. You find both. There is like a pretty green journal with stars on it that's just sitting right there.
She'll buy both of those things, the journal and the tools.
Okay.
However much that is going to be.
Let me just check the woodworking tools. It's not expensive. Carpenter's tools, which actually Zahl already has.
Yeah.
But you're getting a second set. This is more intricate. Zahl has a lot of this. Bosun's tools. We're equating them to the same thing, but they're really different tool sets. It's priced at about 8 gold pieces.
Got it. And the
Josh,
journal.
I have a saw. That's all I'm gonna say.
You do have a saw.
And the journal is.
The journal is like 10 silver pieces.
Okay.
Or a gold
I'm just trying
piece.
to be honest.
I don't know why I made that numerically.
14 electrode.
It's a gold piece. A doofus.
Okay.
Naked.
And it's a nice journal. For a gold piece, it's very high quality.
Okay.
It's a Neil draw. Of course it's nice.
Fair.
The height
Okay.
of society, baby.
Those, I believe, are
We
my.
literally know an Othic here.
These are my only.
This isn't the item.
In the shitty part.
Okay.
Everywhere's got a shitty part.
Yeah,
Still is
everywhere
no
has
draw.
that part. I think that's all of the errands that I had
Okay.
to run.
As you're like glancing around, those of you outside, what rolls did we get?
16 with disadvantage.
10.
Okay.
1.
16, 10 and 1. Salvatore,
Need
you're
my food.
Salvatore, Peach, you notice like there's a pie eating contest going on in one corner. There's a dancing competition going on. Salvatore, you notice that there are a few booths that are like hawking little trinkets and doodads and magical wares, it seems, throughout the space. But that's about it.
Damn, this food is good.
Zahl,
And
want
a
to
lot
have
of
a
good
dance
food.
off?
What?
Over there.
Dance off.
Want to have a dance off?
Oh, please. Oh, please. I've never asked you for anything, Zahl.
You did help me out this morning, so yeah, sure. I'll dance off.
I always.
Would you mind holding my food?
I'd be delighted. I won't even eat it.
Great. I hand him my food.
It is this. It is like a some sort of very. It's flavored like curry, like kebab sort of thing. Very spicy, a bit of heat to it.
Yeah.
I hate spicy food.
Yeah, Salvatore, you're like,
Aw.
whoa, but smells tasty.
You can eat this.
Okay,
Yeah.
you guys are going to the
Sounds good.
dance competition.
Absolutely, we are.
So in this stretch of Main Street, Main Street is huge. Again, these very wide, open boulevards that have this portion, these little short, sort of segmented sections with trees and planters along it. And given the size of things, some of these spaces are like in between the roads, like 15 to 30 feet across, and somebody's set up a little dance floor on one end, and there's like a guy playing a violin, and there are folks just dancing. You see folks joining and leaving. There's only a few people who are actually taking it seriously, really, as you kind of approach.
Dancing in the street. Yeah, just in the street.
Do the sprinkler.
I was doing the tired man, which is just
tired
good.
Really well.
Oh.
At
Do
the
you want me to
castle.
roll? Do you want me to
I
roll
think-
for this?
So how are you jumping in? Just jumping straight in?
I'm going for it. don't
I
know.
think, yeah, Peach is like grabbing him as he's doing the tired man dance and just like swinging him in. I feel like
Okay,
they're doing
okay.
like East
this
Coast swing or something, really jaunty.
Sure.
And
Is it like
Peach is
a
throwing this
prize?
poor boy around.
So
Or
what-
is this being judged? or
What
is it
you
just people
see
dancing?
is there's like a guy standing on the edge who's like kind of watching everybody, and sometimes as folks disappear, he's like throwing prizes at them. But it's very hit or miss. Some people are taking it completely unseriously. It's just sort of to get people engaged in the dancing.
Gotcha.
Okay,
Let's
so everyone,
go!
You actually, Salvatore, as you look, the prizes they're handing out, it's those little potion bottles that have very small value to them. Like there's
Yeah.
very little in regards to what the prizes are. They're kind of
that's fine.
throwaways.
I want so many of those. to be
Okay,
honest
roll a
with you.
performance check for me.
That's a disadvantage, right? Because I have a level of exhaustion. Is that
Yeah,
how
that
works?
would be. It's a check.
17.
17? Okay.
I rolled 2 14s, so that makes it a performance plus 4, 18.
Okay.
Rock back, 1, 2, 3, 4. Rock back.
Okay. It takes you a second because both of you seem to want to lead,
Yes.
but eventually you kind of get it squared
That's my
away,
right.
and you get into quite this very like swinging, and the music kind of picks up. There's this old oak tree that kind of it reaches out over this makeshift dance floor that's just been panels laid out for folks to dance on, and the sun is up and high, and it's casting light through the branches of the oak tree that is kind of modeling across the dance floor, creating this very pretty natural lighting as you kind of swing through it with the violinist. Folks just kind of laughing and having a good time. You know, somebody overspins somebody and loses them, they spin out of the circle and the crowd laughs. Like it's a good time. So you hear the
That's
distinct...
how Demi finds them. is
Yeah,
that.
Demi, you walk out, Salvatore is laughing loudly at somebody.
That one fell.
Salvatore, where? Oh, I see them.
Graceful.
What? Okay, I'm glad you're all having fun.
The dancing kind of continues, and you get the feeling like you can dance if you want to. You can leave your friends behind.
Can we
If your
leave our friends
friends
behind?
don't dance, if they don't dance, then they... But eventually, yeah, it's just dance as long as you want to. And your performance was high enough that as you kind of walk by, one of the prize givers tosses you 2 potions. And you receive, let me see randomly,
A vial of poison.
a vial of... yeah, absolutely. Where did my potions list go? Oh, you monster.
Purple, blue, orange, yellow.
You receive
Green?
a blue and a yellow one.
So the smoke one
Smoke.
and the horn one.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Those are the ones Oceanus and Demi had.
Which one do you want, Peach?
Ooh. The horns.
You want the horns? Alright.
Mhm.
You get the yellow. I get the blue.
They take a drink immediately.
Oh my god.
You took the blue one? Okay.
Me too.
I
Oh,
have
the
the
yellow
blue
one. You have
one.
okay, you have smoke, so Peach, you have horns for the next hour.
Mm.
What do they look like? You can
Like
describe
Navanon.
them if you want.
I feel like they if Peach gets a say, then they look precisely like Mavenon's horns, just
Straight up
banana
and then
yellow
back.
instead of
Banana
yeah.
yellow. Oh man, yeah. Amazing. Okay. Again, you see a
Okay.
few booths that are like have little trinkets and doodads, and there's plenty of food. But if you guys want to head onwards, you're welcome to do so.
Is there anything else anyone wanted to do? Or are we ready to collect everyone at the castle?
I'm ready.
I'm ready if you are.
I'm ready.
I'm
Okay.
not ready to see my mom, but I'm ready.
Well, more time is probably better. Let's go. Head back to the castle.
Okay. You make your way back to the castle. There is still some time before that 2:30, 3 o'clock window that you elected to, so you're welcome to kind of spend it leisurely, gathering your things, chatting, and getting a little downtime. If any of you want to take a short rest, you can. We won't do anything for you. As you make your way back to the teleportation room, Salvator, you're on deck. You do see... standing by the door is Carrick when you arrive, and a few minutes later after you arrive, Sunshine and Bicker arrive.
I would like to say really fast that Sunshine would take that time to say goodbye to everyone in the Yosuke Din.
Oh, sorry, yes,
just-
absolutely.
No, you're okay. Yeah, it just hugging Pops and come back here, giving Pipes a especially big hug and say, "Take care of him while I'm away.
Anytime.
I trust you."
Kind of gives you a bit of a wink.
Alrighty.
And there's the same kind of, even though they're aware that Bicker's going to be back, just in case, there's similar farewells. Sometimes members of the Yosuke Din get distracted, and they're like, we'll be
It
gone for
happens.
24 hours, and then 6 weeks later, one of
Yeah.
them shows back up.
I'm back.
It's a little bit random in that way. But yeah, you are able to do so. Heartfelt farewells for all.
All right.
We all ready?
Yes, Salvador.
I do it directly next to the other teleportation center. Just outside of that little platform.
Okay, yeah, there's like the platform. You find like there's just enough space in the like open floor around it in this circular room. You draw out your circle.
Interesting. Did you make the first one as well, and now you have to use a new space?
No.
That is not how any of this works.
Oh, how does it work?
You'll all have 6 seconds, make haste, and I just do the last line.
All right, let's go then.
Oh, and Bicker is just pulled through.
Yoink.
You all
That's
find
Crap,
yourself touching down on the island just outside of Saltmarsh, my friends. The sound of waves and gulls catches your ears almost instantaneously. The weather is very similar here to Neil Draw. For those of you new to Saltmarsh, mostly me and one of Button, weird sentence. There is a small fishing village that you see nestled off, just off to the
me and one of them.
off to the south of this island where you currently stand. There are a couple of kids kind of on the shore of the island right now who are fishing, or apparently were, but they've dropped everything and they're just standing at you. One of them has a finger raised and it's just like,
Yes, hello.
Hello.
Quite magical. Are there boats?
Howdy.
there
I need to call.
is a rowboat that these kids used to get here.
Oh no, we're not gonna take that one.
Excuse me.
No, Salvatore. I can
Salvatore.
call to have someone get us. I think.
I mean, I could.
I don't think we have enough fly to
You're right.
take everyone.
There's like 13 of us here, right?
Yeah, there's quite a few.
There's-
Unless,
Yeah.
7.
Carrick, do you also know
7,
how to
okay.
cast fly?
Can you fly?
Okay. Then
Anybody
no,
know
we
how
don't
to
have
fly?
enough.
Sunshine, how about you?
Oh, heavens no.
Bicker?
Oh, okay.
Actually, can Bicker? Okay.
He cannot.
Okay.
Oh, okay. Well, unfortunate. Let's see about boats then. Oh, I have a boat, actually. And she'll pull out the folding boat and go for the bigger size of it.
Ah.
I
These
love
kids are
how
still
handy this has
Standing,
become.
Yeah.
looking at you all, saying nothing, and you throw
just-
this boat out and spins
It's just-
outwards. Yeah.
She pulls the little, because we flavored it to be that little, figurine of a boat and just, foop, into the water.
Just add salt water.
Remarkable. You carry that around in your pocket.
It's a
Brilliant.
very
Now, is this
large pocket. Let's go.
your ship?
Oh no.
It's
Oh,
just a
heavens,
falling
no.
star.
Don't insult me in that way.
This is the small
Salvatore.
media. Let's be honest.
What is
A
this?
small meteor. All right.
This
Alright.
is. We haven't named this because honestly, I wasn't. Whatever. Get on. We're
Alright.
going in that direction, and she points to the lighthouse.
Oh, you head towards the lighthouse. Perfect. Okay. Easy enough. You make your way kind of over the open water. It just takes 10 minutes before you see the telltale frame of home. The large, several story tall, pretty flowered building that is Conundrum Isle. You pull up on the shore of your home, and I guess we should maybe put you all on the map. It's been a bit. right?
Hey, it's
Oh
going
my
a little
God.
bit.
Why don't we go?
Let's get in there.
Get up
Let's go to our home.
We
Zowie.
go.
Wowie zowie.
As we're
Zowie.
I have
rowing
tiny
over there,
maps.
just Peach, did you inform your mother that we were on our way, or is she going to be surprised that this many people show up at her home?
She's gonna be surprised.
Lovely.
Wonderful.
I'll try and be persuasive then.
I want to go see Bap. I miss that little dude.
Oh, that's right. Oh gosh, I wonder how tall he is.
How big is he now? I have
no.
so many questions for him.
Hope he hasn't gotten out in the sun.
Oh
Well,
God.
I think that Plum would have told us, right? Probably.
Well, we didn't tell her that
Oh, I killed
Peach was
your
taking a
pants.
vacation.
I killed your.
I
Can you
wanted to
imagine?
tell her in person, Salvatore.
And maybe that's news they wanted to tell us in person. I'm just
That's
saying
valid.
it's possible.
You're right.
That's
Oh,
true.
no.
Well, hopefully not. Right. Bigger Sunshine, Carrick, welcome to Conundrum Isle. This is our home that was given to us by the city of Saltmarsh and Solomore after the Black Isle incident. So, the flowers are Peach's doing.
Okay.
The flowers are Peach's doing. Peach, these are beautiful. Thanks.
The difference in
We really get to
characters.
know each other.
So good.
We'll leave you two alone to get better acquainted.
You
Please
monster,
don't do this to me.
Salvator.
Have a lengthy conversation about your gods.
I don't really know much about him. Oh, well, nor do I. You know, he just kind of hangs out in the stars and occasionally talks through them. I don't know. Yeah, that's been my experience, too.
Oh, okay. Well, as they start walking towards it.
Okay. So you make your way back up towards the isle. Now, you know that the Falling Star is set to arrive tomorrow midday, give or take. So you do have time if you have anything you'd like to do, any conversations you'd like to have. But as you approach the building, you see Cletus kind of goes, "Hey, hold on!" And he gets up and like walks inside.
Forget every time
to
that he
get Plum.
I still love that man.
And you hear down
I'm
the
so
hallway,
glad.
Cletus, this is the 4th time you've said there's people here to see it. The last 2, there's been no one. He says, no, for real this time. And you like step out, and Plum's kind of like wiping her hands with her. Oh, hello everybody, Peachy.
I forgot to call.
I'm sorry.
Where's the ship?
It's on its way.
We came via Salvator.
Yes. Oh, so strong, Salvatore, so strapping.
Thank you. It's nice to see you again.
He hasn't.
Peach runs up and gives their mom a hug.
She immediately hugs you back. Very excited to see you. Trying to equally show excitement for the rest of them, even though Peach is the one that she's most excited to see.
Peach is the one.
I'm sorry I didn't call ahead.
Oh, you're fine. I told you to go out and have fun.
Did you get to celebrate any of Richfest while in Saltmarsh?
Oh, yes. Kiara and I were out just the other day. We threw pies at Solomor. You fell in a tank.
Oh, is that happening today too?
It's a week-long tradition, apparently.
Oh my god!
And
we
all
have
the
to go to town.
proceeds are going
Zahl.
towards
I'm
the
giving
refugees.
so much money.
It's very good.
You want to get?
That's what we're doing later.
You want to get there now because we could.
My sick, perverse mind was like, you know what they'd like to do.
I was literally just thinking, man, that guy can't catch a break.
Oh my god! This poor man.
I don't have good aim. I suppose we'll have to pay them lots of money. Anyway, yes, we're back, and the star and everyone will be back the following day.
Are you hungry? Come in, everybody. Hello, I'm Plum.
Oh, right. Nice. Oh, sorry.
Hi
This
there.
is
We've met
Sunshine and Vicar, Salvatore Staub,
Thank you,
and this is Carrick.
Hello, Carrick. Sunshine
Carrick,
Baker. Oh, look at
Will
you.
be helping us with something in
Pleasure to meet you.
the next couple days.
Genasi, look at this. Peachy, you're making so many friends.
Morganasi, yes.
Yeah.
All right. Yes, come. It's yes, please. And she like leads you down into kind of the main sitting area, which you know, of course, to be this kind of kitchen space. And she then immediately bustles into the kitchen, and it smells like something is likely baking. There is the scent of rising sweet bread.
Ooh, ooh.
And with that, you have returned home. So, if you'd like to roleplay further, if there are other things you'd like to do, if there are horrible, miserable conversations you want to have with loved ones,
Yeah.
please feel free to do so.
I'm actually good.
You're good, Cthulhu? You don't want to just wade back into the sea and...
I'm home. What do I need to look for? I'm gonna go to sleep for 1,000 years. or whatever.
Can we go check on Bap since we just got here?
Sure, who's heading towards Bab? Demi?
I'm gonna go see.
Zahl?
For sure.
Demi and
Your room's
Zahl.
down there, Salvatore. If you'd like me to open it.
Oh, am I sleeping there? Because there's no bed in there. I just fell asleep in there on accident last time.
Yeah, I thought we put a cot in it.
Did we?
I think you
We said
did.
we put a
I
cot
thought
in
we
it.
did because you didn't want to sleep on the roof.
Then I will
Yeah.
go down there.
Okay.
Yeah, and then I'll open the door for you.
Okay.
'Cause I'm
Who's
sure we closed it when we left.
who's leading the way into the basement?
Me, I guess.
Okay.
I don't see in the dark, but this is a great idea. Let's go.
As you walk kind of down into this lower Smuggler's Cave section of the island that you all know quite well now, you kind of cross over that stone cellar and then open the weird door into the underground cavernous space with that inlet of water. The light is dimmer down here usually, but as you open the door, you are immediately hit by a sort of neon glow. As you look up, there are pictures that have been painted along the ceiling in this weird neon paint of all four of you. There's a Peach,
I love our child.
Demi, Salvator, and Zahl that's been it's stick figures that have been smeared along the ceiling of this cavern. And there are spots like there is a piece of rock that's kind of hanging out where Salvator's neck should be, so his head kind of goes around it a little bit.
Oh, that's so dope.
Yeah.
I
But
love our strange spore child.
as you look to the right,
How big is he?
Bap is currently standing there looking straight at you.
Oh my god.
He's about 8 feet tall, and he has a brush and is reaching up towards the ceiling on his tippy toes to, like, paint along the ceiling.
Hi, Bap.
Hello! You hear in your
Can he
mind.
taste it?
Oh, wait,
Oh.
no.
Oh.
You don't have the
They
spores
don't.
on you. Never mind.
No.
My mistake. I know how my own characters work.
We were all like, did he learn the
No.
new language?
I'd be so proud.
It's this horrific screeching note. He picks
He
up...
learned the common
He
tongue.
sees you and looks very excited. Drops the little weird spongy thing, and it goes on the floor, and this like neon pink paint kind of splatters over the floor. And he grabs 2 of the pouches, which are much smaller, in his hands now, as he lifts them.
Sure.
And it, whoof, whoof, and a third one. Whoof, poof, poof, poof. And then you hear, "Hello, Bap Tribe."
He's going through puberty?
Bap.
His voice changed.
His voice changed.
Oh no.
Hello, Bap.
Lizard.
Did you give us a Groot?
Yeah. I
This
think
is
he
our
did.
I am Groot.
I am Bap.
Whoa, Bap, you can't be saying things like that. Who taught
How
you?
have you been, Bap?
I paint. And
We
he, like, points
see.
at the ceiling.
Really
Quite
good.
wonderful.
And dig, and he like points around the corner and like ushers you
And what?
towards it. And he's been digging where that kind of nook that leads around the storage room towards the well is. He's been digging downwards because there's nowhere else for him to go, until he reached a point where water was starting to seep up through the water table because you're right next to the sea. At which point he did figure out to stop before he flooded the space.
Oh my goodness.
But they kind of this freshwater pool is starting to get salt water in it a little bit, and there's this weird mixing of this weirdly freshwater source and this seep of salt water as Bap has begun to unearth it and excavate it elsewhere.
Ah.
Gotta fix that.
Those waters should not be mixing.
Yeah, we gotta fix that.
Salty.
I.
good.
No, Bap, we don't want salt in the not salt.
Oh,
It's
Oh.
okay.
Bap, sorry.
Oh,
It's okay. We can fix it.
I dig
Later.
toward other door, and he like begins to walk towards the like
No.
magical door.
No, maybe we don't dig over. We'll find a space for you to dig.
Okay.
Maybe like where the water already
okay.
is. Like go over there.
Bap, sink a lot.
Oh,
Oh.
Tried to walk on
How?
the water.
You're 8 feet tall.
your mother raised a toddler.
He like
once,
he
right?
lifts his hand and kind of looks at
Oh.
it and puts it in the water, and it expands.
Oh.
And he kind of raises it, and
Horrifying.
it's porous, and kind of water begins to like leak out.
Ah.
Bap is the coolest character.
Ah. Okay.
Right.
We'll figure it out, Bap. It's okay.
Okay.
We just wanted to come say hi, and I was going to open this door for Salvator.
Bap, miss. Okay, bye-bye.
We miss you too, Bap.
Bye, Bab.
He kind of just follows you along as you go to open the door. He's just this 8-foot tall thing lurking behind you.
I love this. Okay. She will open the door for Salvatore.
Okay. You are able to play the series of arcane notes to open the door, and Salvatore, the sort of abode, is granted access.
Ah, lovely.
There you
Thank
go.
you very much. Oh, look at that, a bed. Interesting.
It's okay.
Should have used that last time.
Well, yes. Make sure to use it tonight. You seem incredibly tired.
Don't know whatever you mean, but sure. I'll
Okay.
walk over towards the bed.
Bap, follows you in or attempts to.
Oh,
I just turn around, stops, like, no. No.
Bap,
Kind of shrugs and
Bap.
turns around and walks back out.
No.
Oh, thank you.
Salvatore.
Oh,
I don't know how to close the door, do I?
Not from inside it.
Unless Demi has kind of shown you how to do it.
Did we learn how to close it from inside it?
Oh, no, you're right. It has to be closed from the outside. My apologies.
Yeah.
Ah.
So, you can't really close it and be inside.
Can you?
Would you like to just be trapped here until you call for me then?
Sounds delightful.
Okay. I can do that, sure. Enjoy your quiet time, Salvatore.
Thank
Everyone
you.
else, let's go. And she's gonna seal him in.
Okay.
Ah!
This silverly
He can get
door
out if he
sort of-
needs to.
Yeah, closes.
Ah!
It's like an immersion or a subversion chamber or whatever. Like all sound dissipates. No, I'm kidding.
It's
He's
heaven.
like, I'm good. I'm so good
Heaven.
now.
This might get interrupted, but I'm going to start taking a long rest.
Okay. Great. Salvatore begins his long rest after a very long night.
Yeah.
While we're standing outside of the door. So, Peach, you have a conversation to have. Zol
Peach
and I
is
have a man
upstairs
to
still.
terrorize. Okay, cool. He's still upstairs. Then I'm gonna tell. They're still upstairs. I'm gonna tell Zol. I think we should take Sunshine and Bicker to Saltmarsh proper. Set them up at the inn,
Oh,
and
Okay.
you and I go throw things at Solomore, while Peach has a very difficult conversation that we don't need to interrupt.
solid idea. Do we really want to throw things at Solomon, though?
Kind of.
All right.
For charity, at least once. But he is doing much better. Maybe maybe we could just pay for it and then give the things to throw at like children that are waiting.
That's
to.
good. I like that.
That
more.
is very altruistic of you. Welcome. Beautiful.
Thank you. Yeah. So we'll just donate and then let the kids have fun.
Yeah.
And
Okay,
if
that's good.
I give them some inspiration, it happens.
Demi, you're a unique human being.
Thank you.
Or
Thank you very much.
a nasty being. I don't know what the proper statement is there.
Person. Let's go.
What?
As you kind of begin to make your way out, Bap has begun painting a big green S on the door that Salvatore went through.
That's
Plum's
lovely.
been teaching him
For
letters.
Saul.
Oh, okay, but like Plum. Oh my god, Plum raising this kid is great.
Okay.
All right.
We'll
Well,
head upstairs.
our
You make
child
your
is
way
the best.
upstairs. Peach, what are
Child
you
is
doing
really
while
good.
they acclimate downstairs, get Salvatore into his crypt?
I think during that short period, Peach has been helping their mother in the kitchen, and they have started and stopped a few times. They've been like, this needs more kneading. Yeah, okay. And they'll like keep trying to say something, and then they'll stop.
Okay. After about 5 failed attempts, Plum will kind of be rolling, or actually will be watching you as you're rolling out some dough, and she will kind of grab you by the wrist. All right, Peachy, something's on your mind. She rolled really well on her insight.
He does that. Mom. I know that I wasn't raised following any religion, but have you ever had a god tell you to do something?
Not really.
My god told me to do something.
Oh?
And he gave me a map to do it.
Oh. So are you off into danger with your friends again?
It looks like, he wants me to do it alone, so I'm going to do that.
There's this, like, mom look, for lack of a better description. Like, the eyes get quite large and her eyebrows try to kind of meet her hairline at that concept. And you get the feeling, just like she gave the king a talking to, there's this, like... Excuse me? Excuse me?
Mom, you can't give my god a talking to.
Oh, God.
I don't think. I think it's important. I think it must be. My god's very smart, and he knows that he knows what's happening. So
I want you to roll persuasion for me.
11.
Well, but you've been doing all these things for him already with your friends. Don't get me wrong, Peachy. I believe you're perfectly capable of working on your own. It's better for all of you if you're together. You finally have friends.
They definitely are just holding the rolling pin and like holding their face up because they're crying and they don't want to.
All of these make Button cry and it breaks my fucking heart.
I'm so sorry. I don't want to leave my friends.
She kind of folds her arm, and she's got that look of, she's not mad at you, but it's akin to when the kids in town would bully you. And she knew that the last thing you wanted was for her to say something. But what she absolutely wanted to do was clot them around the ears. And there's sort of that. It's a very mom-esque stance, and it kind of falls into silence for a moment, and then a little bit longer. Peachy, you're growing very fast.
took me long enough, I guess.
So how long will you be gone?
I don't know. I'm going, south? Toward the hell furnaces?
Your father
I think...
was somebody that I had to let go as well. A merchant came through Owen Oak. He had this beautiful, beautiful, ornate ring. She kind of leans against the counter and looks up at the ceiling. But he just, for the life of him, wanted to be rid of it. And Peach, I couldn't have children. I was alone in that town, becoming an old maid. And I just wanted something nice for myself, so I don't know, I was still, younger, and I thought maybe I would feel a little better if I had a nice trinket for myself. And I bought that ring. And it didn't help me. For weeks. For months. It was just a bauble. And then one day it spoke. Turns out it wasn't just a ring. Your father was trapped inside of it. Very powerful individual, but completely confined to one place. And I was lonely. And God, he was awful. Just
He was awful.
abrasive and rude and a little evil, but he was company.
Oh, Mom.
And so I kept him, and I shared stories with him, and he started to speak with me and share stories with me, and I don't know, there was good parts in him too. And we grew closer. And I knew the one thing that he wanted was to be set free. To return to wherever the hell he would come from, but that would mean I would be alone again. But I cared for him. Loved even. Malicious bastard that he was. Really aggravated that he was trapped in that little ring. Oh my God. It hurt his ego like no other, and he just despised mortals for it. But I wore on him a little too. And he kept trying to offer me wishes and bargains. I didn't want them. But he started to realize what I wanted was companionship and family and not to be alone. And for a time he provided that, but I started to hate myself for keeping him imprisoned. Anyway, and she kind of rubs her eye a little bit. I don't know, I'm making this a very long story.
No, Mom. They hug her and they say,
I let him go. And he left me with you. Someone to love and to care for. He gave me the one thing that I could not have. No wish required. All of that to say, I think I can get over you going away for a little bit. As long as you promise to come back.
Still hugging her, they'll say, I promise that the thing I will try hardest to do is to come back as quickly as possible.
And at that, she just immediately begins to cry. And it's a real cry. Head down now, and she's small compared to you. She's always seemed larger than life. standing next to her, it feels like she towers over you, and yet you've got nearly 2 feet on her. And you feel her quivering and sobbing into kind of the side of your armor. And you stand there.
The world owes you so much better.
I got the one thing I wanted, and that was you, Peachy. But you have to understand how important you are to us here. Do what you need to do. But just remember us. Just quiet, kind of crying for a little bit. And then you start to smell burnt bread.
Oh, shit!
And there is a break as she kind of turns. Oh god. And is like, pulls up her apron to like bat her eyes a little bit and begins to open it. And she's so distraught that she can. There's a bit of a burn as she forgets that she kind of pulls her hands back.
Gosh. They just take it out really quickly, like no oven mitts or anything. Just set it down, and then they heal her.
I think you've got burn marks like, on your hand.
I heal themselves as an afterthought.
Okay.
A couple minutes ago, Demi was leading Zahl up the ladder, and her perception of 20 went, Go back to.
Start kicking him.
What do we do? Do we just stand here?
Crying.
I can fly this out, but then that's one star. There's no open hole. We can go out the open hole. We just gotta fly.
We have to get the other people that we brought. Just give them a moment. And then we hear the clattering, and we're like, okay, we can probably go now. No, now seems fine.
You
I don't know
walk
if it's fine yet.
into the room, and there's like a very puffy-eyed Plum kind of dabbing her eyes, and a tray of burnt bread that Peaches
I pretend
flames out.
not to notice. I'm like, oh, that looks like when I usually try to do that.
I've never cooked before.
I was absolutely terrible. I know how to make like 4 things in total.
Well, it's a good thing you have me then.
Yes.
Yep.
Yes, it is. Do you need anything in town? We were going to take our 2 of our associates over to get them rooms at the inn.
More flour would be good.
Can do. I can do that for you.
Yep.
That's all we're going.
Yes, we are.
Peach, you're good here?
Yeah.
Okay. Demi, as she leaves, will like reach over and like squeeze Peach's hand and then continue on to find Sunshine and Bicker. And we'll also show Carrick where they can sleep, which will be Oceanus's room, since Salvator is sleeping in the
Perfect.
the other
He
room.
just has like a over-the-shoulder bag, and there's an entire femur sticking out of it, and like just a bunch of weird eclectic shit like over his shoulder. Ladle strung off of one side because he insisted on bringing that, and like a mess kit that's kind of jangling. And he kind of, all right, thanks. And he kind of makes his way up the stairs. Which floor?
Okay, bye. It's the
5.
5th. I'm the 4th,
I believe it's 5.
right?
It's
Because
the bland one.
Got it.
Don't be rude. It's above the blue one. Okay. And she'll. Sunshine. Bicker, we were going to. Zahl and I are going to escort you over to the inn we prefer here, and get you set up with our friend.
Wonderful, you're
We're
too
gonna take the
kind.
fun way.
Which one? What now?
Fun way.
You want to take the fun way?
Oh, I mean, we can.
We just fly.
Would you like to fly?
I most certainly would like to fly.
Okay.
Ready?
I've got myself.
Bicker's
Zahl puts-
exuberantly nodding alongside
Yeah.
Sunshine.
She pulls the layer out from its plane. Ready?
1, 2, 3, and they both cast together.
She pulls the little string and her
my God,
blue
fly.
wings.
A beautifully synchronized manifestation of wings and flight occurs. Sunshine, you feel yourself lifted into the air.
Sunshine.
I love this. I love this very much.
All right,
Oh
honey,
my.
Larry will grab his hand.
Bicka, hey Bicka, basically, imagine you're falling, but in reverse, if that makes sense.
Oh
and then
Lord, that
No,
does
don't
not.
do that. No, just
Kind
think where
of
you'd
do
like
it-
to go and go. It's
just
like
kind
legs.
He
of
floats
roll
back
with
to the
it.
ground for a second, and then he's like,
You see,
all right,
you see what I mean?
and then back.
They'll
see what I
follow him
mean, though?
down. Let's think
Okay.
of happy thoughts. How about
This
we
is
do that?
This is only going to last for, what is it, 10 minutes?
Yeah.
9 minutes and 8 minutes and 54 seconds more. So come on,
How did you? Okay.
come on.
All right. I feel like Sunshine grabs Bicker's hands, and for a moment they're just like running across the waves and like higher and higher as the waves get taller out from the island, and then they take off.
You see Bicker trying to
Ian,
keep
this
up with
way.
Sunshine a little bit, but he is able to do so, and like sweep into the air.
We lead them over to the snapping lion.
Yeah.
Okay. As you head towards Salt Marsh, at this point, the large lizard folk embassy that was being constructed is nearly done. There are a number of other buildings that are moving a little more slowly, and you can see in the water there are a few of the smaller lizard folk skiffs darting back and forth as well. Seems like a bit of commerce has kind of started up. They are heading back out towards the Black Isle, back
We
and
did
forth.
so well.
The village is growing. The town is
Not
becoming a little
attacking
bit more.
people is good. Look at us. We learned.
You see the look at that diplomacy.
We killed a lot of Swagons that day. That's all I want to throw out.
We didn't go guns blazing
True.
into the lizard folk, and that's all that matters.
You see again as you kind of touch down. It's not quite as exotic as the two. Neil Draw was particularly colorful and amazing. It's much more. Somebody has set up the hill that runs down what looks to be a cheese race, and there are a bunch of people like rolling big cheeses down the hill. You
that.
do see Scarin step out from the town. Excuse me,
Scarin?
Scarin, Jesus Christ, Solomor.
Little Freudian syllable.
Whoops! Kill him! Solomor.
Don't trust anyone.
I don't trust anyone.
but I stab.
I'm painting this beautiful scene, and I'm like, what's the one thing that really upsets them? That's the word I'll use.
Aaron.
Darren.
Idiots, Josh.
No.
As you kind of you see Solomor drying his hair with like a towel as he steps from the kind of town hall. And begins to kind of make his way back. It looks like he's just been cleaning himself off. But you do see at the end, there is this contraption that is this big tank full of water with like a seat over it. And there are pies like splattered all over the ground around it and against the side of the tank. And then there is this outline, a distinctly human adult male outline against this backboard. And there's bits of pie in the water and all over the place. And there's just a guy leaning against the thing, like grinning like an idiot with like this little lever that it looks like it operates this thing. And it's pretty easy to tell. Every time he gets hit by a pie, they pull the lever and he gets dunked.
That's beautiful.
Oh, we are going to go look and watch that. At least watch.
There's a
little bit
line
later.
around the
I
block,
honestly-
and as you see Solomor kind of
goodness.
begin to like, right, back to it.
As
You
we like
poor man, you are a
into the
regular
snapping
saint.
lion.
What
As
are
we go.
Demi's passive perception 20?
22.
Holy
Look at that.
shit.
What?
Sunshine, Sunshine, you see this as well, but Demi, you recognize this figure. One of the the elven women is standing next to him as he steps out of the town hall, and he kind of pauses and he kind of sighs, and you just catch she slips a hand into his and kind of gives his hand a little squeeze, and then kind of drops it, and he kind of turns and smiles and walks back off towards the dunk tank.
We can't be mean to him.
I know
We
why.
can't be mean
She
to him.
looks at Zahl. I know what turned him around, and it wasn't just us, but this is wonderful.
What did I miss?
I'll tell you at the end. We have, I think, 2 minutes. Just
Why do
I
you
know,
keep
2
looking at
minutes.
your wrist?
Let's
you
go.
keep looking at your wrist. It's confusing.
Her time bone is right here. It tells her.
It's just like a little. It's a staff.
Yeah,
Like it's just like a little astral
Amazing.
staff that's like, oh yeah.
that's
It's
your
a little-
keen mind.
Sundial.
My
Where's
keen mind
my
is just
time
it's
mode?
like this little. Only she can see it. It's in the other plane, but it's a little metronome.
That goes. That allows you to count. That's perfect.
Yep. I'm
100%
like,
canon. This exists
yes.
My
I
little
do-
wrist metronome.
Time has a rhythm and a beat, my friends.
Hell yeah.
Yes.
I am still stuck on time bone. That when you take the keen mind feat, you grow an extra bone in your wrist that you just look at. You know the time.
No thank you.
Action.
Oh,
Anyway,
so good.
over here, and she'll lead and land in front of the snapping lion.
Okay. You make your way into the Snapping Lion and are regularly greeted by the innkeeper.
Hannah Wrist.
Hannah Wrist. Wow, Parker,
Hannah.
look at you.
There's no innkeepers.
Hannah Wrist, this
We know
human
Hannah.
female with this kind of like unassuming appearance to her, kind of brown hair, but just goes, hello, loves, look, you're back. How'd it go? Returning heroes again?
Well, from the first little part,
Partially, yeah.
yes. Once again,
There's a cat
Took
in
the
the inn.
family.
It's moved in, and I cannot get it to stop. Its name.
I love
It's
it.
very sassy.
I love it.
We've got
Did you say a cat?
yeah. This little black floofy cat like hops onto the counter. She goes, get off the counter! And it's just this like poofy tailed. It's got
Let
a
it
little
do
white
whatever it
mustache and
wants.
white mittens.
Let it do whatever it wants.
Down.
Yes.
It's adorable.
It
Uh,
immediately
Hannah,
gets back on the counter.
Do you have a room for tonight?
We're booked up, but anything for you. So
Oh.
just one.
One. Our two friends need to stay here tonight, and then we'll, we have a house, but
All right.
they're, first time in Saltmarsh, showing them our little corner of Giolan.
Yeah. The Smith boys can move. We'll put them together. They can share.
Thank
Oh.
you.
We don't need to be kicking anyone out of their rooms.
No, you're fine. Don't worry about it.
Consolidation. I like it. Thank you, Hannah. I
This is very
appreciate it.
generous.
So it's 2 silver for the rooms here. So Demi will slide
Alright.
them a gold.
Parker went
Before
back to
Sunshine
page
can do
1 of her
anything.
notes and was like,
It's 2 silver because I know, because it was a big deal in episode 1. She'll just slide a gold. There you go. Room, and
Do you
feed them well.
I
and
can't break this.
I didn't mean for you to. So
Anything
singular-
for you, love.
Of course.
Drinks, food.
Yes, please.
You got it.
Thank you, Hannah.
Gordon, get the good
There
stuff.
we go.
God. Oh,
Ah, Gordon.
You hear swearing
Oh,
from the
Gordon.
kitchen.
Hello, Gordon.
Fuck off! It's just back.
I do love a
You.
surly prick.
Wonderful to see you.
Instantly, Zahl goes from like cheery to the second Gordon to hears. He's like, "Fuck you." He just-
There he was. All right. Wonderful.
Sorry, Gordon just
Hmm.
he says things and it gets under my skin.
He sucks.
I think he wanted to put me in a sandwich at one point. He had 2 pieces of bread and said kneel down. I don't even know what that means.
Well,
Oh,
I don't want to think about it too much. Anyway, if
I
you
Maybe it was
still
a
do.
compliment.
I don't think it was because he was pretty angry at me.
Maybe he was saying you're delicious.
That's weird.
Demi's looking to see
Alright.
if the table that they usually sit at, where all this shit started, is available.
It's pretty crowded at the inn with all the festivities. So you do find there is like a kind of long table. You're gonna have to table share a little bit this time around.
Nice. Love it.
But you can get a grouping like together at the end of one of these long tables and find a place to sit. You get your key, Sunshine, to the room easily enough.
Welcome to
Thank you.
Saltmarsh. This is the Snapping Lion. That is Hannah Wrist. She's wonderful. She'll take care of you.
Plate of food. now.
And
This is where we all
we're
met.
just yes, it is. This is where our little group of whatever. Well, 3 of us, not Salvator. We met him in Neildra. But yes, this place is special in a way.
Oh, Sean.
Episode
Zoll
title,
and I are just
pitch, where it all began.
where it all began.
Yes.
Aw.
Closing time.
You don't have to go.
Damn
So, Zoll and I are just killing time in the city for a little while Peach talks to their mother, as you know. So, if you have any questions about Saltmarsh or what to do here or the people or us, I suppose.
I had a quick question for you, Sunshine. Sorry.
Mhm.
And also,
Yes,
what's
I'm
the-
here as well.
Bicker. I forgot Bicker's name. That was just an Adam blank moment.
You're good, bud.
Just wanted, just because I don't think any of us asked, what pronouns do you go by? I don't want to be rude, of course.
I go by any pronouns. You cannot go wrong.
Great.
I'm he, him.
Cool.
Thank
Just
you.
wanted to make sure.
I appreciate you asking, and the two of you.
He, him.
She, her.
Wonderful.
Yes. But no, if you had any questions or concerns or things.
Why are you fighting pirates?
That's a long.
Hannah drops the drinks on the table because they're heroes, and kind of walks back off.
Thank you,
That's
Hannah.
right.
Thank
That's
you,
not
Hannah.
That's really not why, though.
I, specifically these pirates. Well, one, they are a scourge on the sea, and I do have a ship. But more importantly, I recently recovered the ship that I grew up on, and the people that raised me from a section of them. The last battle that we were coming from. So we're going to finish the job in the hopes that, well, and the king will provide support for our next expedition.
Venture.
An expedition.
Of sorts.
Fantastic.
So you lot are like
Alright.
free agents for the crown, then?
Privateering vessel, although we technically own it now, so really just to call in when they need someone to... I don't even really know, because plan wouldn't be the right answer.
I mean, honestly, we just kind of do what we want, and the crown kind of just goes with it.
I wouldn't
You know what
exactly
they
say
are, Sunshine?
that.
Pipes has that go-to person. Every town we go to, there's always that one person that they go to get things done. That's what these guys are.
You're the go-tos.
The go-to group, yes. I suppose so.
Someone just walked into
The fuck house?
The house went, no.
Oh.
Sorry.
Yes, so we're going to fight pirates because, one, they're pirates, and two, a favor.
And sorry, you said you've gotten your family back from one set of pirates already.
Yes, a little long story, but I was... I mean, I don't feel like that's necessarily relevant, but I was adopted into the crew of the Lady Lila, and then I went off to be a performer. I still do that occasionally when we have time. And recently we got to where we could finally... they boarded the ship that I grew up on and took it as their own, and were essentially controlling the people that I grew up with and care for into doing their bidding. So we went and, with the crown, went to Fair and Isle and fucked up their shit, essentially. And
Fucking good. Good on you.
thank you. And Carrick is actually with us because my adopted mother needs healing of a rather high level of, talent.
Oh, I see. Well,
So-
I'm glad.
That's it.
Oh, if you're traveling with us, we should probably tell you about ourselves,
Should we?
right?
I mean, we.
At least skill-wise, right? Is that what we do? I don't...
I mean, we might want to
I
wait
feel-
until have that conversation when Salvator was here.
Salvatore can do
That
like
seems right.
anything.
What?
Salvatore can do like anything.
Well, he does quite a bit, yes.
I mean, I've literally seen that man split himself into 5 different people and hit 5 different things at once.
I
Split
know.
himself
I really.
into 5 people.
Yeah,
I
it's
wa-
terrifying.
I
That's
want
the
to be able
trick.
to do it.
That
Honestly,
explains the
same.
talking to himself thing. The muttering, probably.
Yeah.
Different.
Oh,
Precisely.
That's different,
That's-
but we'll get to that later. That
He
feels
does
like
it
a
a
Salvatore
lot.
thing. Salvatore has to introduce that particular friend.
Oh. Oh, all right. No,
This
maybe
is
it's like
back
Umak, love. Maybe there's a
don't know what
perfectly
that
logical
means.
Well, all
explanation.
right, that's fair.
there
tells
usually
us a
are
different
explanations, but logical, I do not know.
I'm gonna agree with that.
So, I mean, if there are things you'd like to know about us, of course, we'll be happy to answer, but those are also conversations we could have with all of us, or, you know, although tomorrow, if the falling star arrives on time, which I will probably message Oceanus about that later, if it arrives on time, then we will do that.
Zahl 100% at the mention of Oceanus leans and just does the look at you like...
I forgot.
Can I roll as well?
Bicker kind of leans in and goes,
Thank you. I like you a lot.
Perception
yes, you're pretty neat.
or insight?
Insight.
Oh God, where'd it go?
God,
I'm really
You can roll
good.
deception if you'd like, Parker, but this is just
no.
for the bands.
I'm not.
Oh God,
Yeah, this is-
21.
I'm not deceptioning. I'm just talking.
Yeah, you're just.
I, love
I
Vickers
mentioned a
so
name.
much.
The whole
I just-
table leans in.
Yeah.
That is not relevant to anything that we're
very
talking
relevant.
about.
She's blushing. She gets a
it's
little light
not-
blue.
it's-
I know, right? I already like you a lot.
Lovely.
But you are blushing.
Oh.
And like...
Oh, never mind.
I was forming in Demi's hair slowly.
See, the thing is... Demi's like one of my best friends.
Oceanus is my first mate. Recently more than that.
Hey, there it is. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Lovely.
You already knew that.
Yeah, but you hadn't said it out loud. I was waiting for it to be
Bicker and
said out
Sunshine
loud.
applauding in the background is my favorite.
Okay. It was okay. You'll trust me, you'll understand why when you see him. But
Very hot.
oh god.
All right.
Probably show up without a shirt on.
Yep.
All right.
I honestly, now I get it, though. It's very easy to work without a shirt on.
I mean, yes.
Yeah, he taught me how to do a lot on the ship without a shirt on, and I was like, that's stupid. Now that's why I don't work with a shirt on. It's so much easier.
Mm-hmm. And it's so much nicer to look at. Anyway, so yes, Oceanus is my first mate. He's rather shy though, so I forgive me for
Oh,
saying
I'm certain
so.
I won't
as you-
embarrass him at all.
I'm certain you will actually. So
Please
Yeah.
do.
You're right.
yes. So please,
Please
if
do.
you could refrain at least for a little bit. He's for being so old, he's rather so just
Duly noted.
Lord. He's gonna hate me about that. All right. Well, are there any relevant questions you had, or are we just here to talk about my love life?
So this
I
Oceanus.
have
I'm
a question
kidding.
about pirates. I didn't ask
He's
about
253, and
What's his sign? No.
God if I know,
I'll be quiet. I'll go back to my
It's
story.
so good.
Bicker's just like,
I love him.
Because, like, I can't wait to meet this fella.
anyway.
Mm. Josh, question.
Mm-hmm.
Can Bicker cast sending? Is that a spell he
Hold
has?
on, let me check. I don't have it in front of me. Boop-a-doop-boop-boop-boop-a-doo.
Boop.
Oh, you pain in the ass.
Okay, well...
Not you. Not you, you wonderful being.
While they're sitting there. Oh, and when Hannah tries to sell you on something called claw wine, don't.
Did I hear chlorwine?
No,
Nope.
Hannah.
Nope.
Actually, I was just talking about how I would love some mead. To the whole table.
Honey mead would be great.
I will absolutely tip well for that. That would be wonderful.
He's my favorite drink.
He does not have it.
Okay.
You think it'd be handy given his lifestyle.
Do any of you brilliant folk have the capacity to send messages over long distances?
Both Salvator and I do, actually. But Salvator would most likely not like to use his spell slots for it. So,
I'm not alone there.
we usually save messages, Salvatore and I both, for relatively important things or the end of our days. But I do go to bed first I wake up for the last watch, so if you need anything sent before.
Also,
Bye.
Becca should mention, if we do ascending and we don't get anything back, I have the ability to look at areas. So only in emergencies, of course. So if that's all right.
You want to
with
look at me?
Well, if we're
Well,
asked to do so.
if
Look
we're
at that.
asked to do so, of course.
Sure. Yeah. Just check so I'm
This
not
is
in the toilet.
brilliant.
Well, yes.
That's
I'll be rather interested to see what your song is.
Song is how mysterious. Lovely.
I'm a big fan of the Daughter of the Sea.
Oh. Yes.
First thing.
I know
this
that one,
is
actually.
a weirdly recurring song in our lives.
I do love it. It's very good. Got a
Well, I
certain
think-
call to it.
He didn't
How's that?
understand the statement at all. He just gave
Yeah.
you a song title. Yeah.
Well, every once in a while, if I can find a person who's capable of sending messages, I like to keep in touch with Vicar here to see how he's doing.
Well, since we've both met him, although I cannot promise that Salvator will remember your name, it has nothing against you and everything about him.
The funny part is
One
I was
of us
thinking
will.
the exact same thing. When you say that.
One of us will message you because we have both technically met you. I just might have to remind Salvator who you are.
You're too kind.
Of course.
Um,
We hang out in the bar.
Okay.
yeah.
You are able to hang out, get some drinks, have some fun.
I'm so
Peach.
Peach.
About 2 hours later, you're hanging out with your mom, just having casual, small conversation. A little bit
Yes.
of sadness there. Carrick will walk into the kitchen and go, question.
Yes, sir.
You not got like a bathtub or a big barrel?
Do we?
I'm sure we have somewhere that we bathe.
Something that's
Bathtub.
big enough to put a person in, and is watertight.
And is watertight.
These fucking questions.
What is happening?
Magic stuff, I imagine.
I love the fact that we leave to give them time to like talk and like properly deal with this, and then like it's just like, hey, you guys got a barrel for a person?
Where do you keep your people barrels?
this?
Why are you looking at me
right
like
next
that?
to the beach. Sorry, there's there's like a big cauldron in here,
You know what? A cauldron would work. Yeah.
person sized.
Yeah, big cold. He takes a look. Yeah, I mean, I don't know how big Lila is, but that'll suffice. All right, thank you. And he like walks out
Oh
the door.
wait!
What?
Wait! Why do you? God, you're putting Demi's mom in a cauldron. Is it? It's part of the magic, isn't it?
Aye.
Is there anything I can help you with?
You know how to
Make
sanctify
that
holy
possible.
water.
I do.
All right, come with me.
actually.
Where's your fresh water?
It's down here. We'll go to the basement.
Okay. And there is enough fresh water, and he starts directing you to draw fresh water, making sure none of the salt gets into it, and fill that thing to the brim with water.
Okay. I can't purify it until tomorrow because I didn't prepare this, but I figured that
All right.
she won't be here.
I'll get a
until
start
tomorrow.
on it now, and then you can join in tomorrow. We'll finish it off. Just so it's all done and done when she gets here. The sooner we get it done, the better. Great.
Thank you so much for doing this.
Sure, yeah. You're... Oh, Saradware. Right. You might be able to
Actually-
help.
Sorry, this is the loser in me, but I'm pretty sure paladins can spend an hour and a spell slot to make normal water holy water.
I can?
Yeah, if you look up holy water equipment.
There you go.
Okay, never mind. We do it right now.
Magic brain.
So
I'm a
it's-
loser.
This is a whole...
No, I
this
appreciate
is-
you because I was
he's-
looking at purify and I was like, I have to prepare that.
Just to be clear, he's asking for a whole bathtub of holy water. So rather than like a vial or... So this is going to take hours between the two of you.
Yeah.
But
Okay.
you do begin processing now. That's why he wanted to get a head start on it. It's going to
Yes.
take you a long time to get this thing full of holy water. But eventually,
Okay.
unless you have other things you need to do, which he's happy to let you, he can keep working, you do end with a cauldron full of holy water.
Wow. All right. What's the spell you're going to cast? Does it just work?
Not exactly. We'll see how bad it is. Basically, use it. I used it combat situations to like regrow limbs and stuff.
Okay, that's good. That's good.
Yeah, that's what people seem to think when they lose a limb.
I'm just trying to think of if there's anything I can do to make it more likely to succeed.
Well, we're going to submerge her all over. The spell doesn't usually call for that much. You got any, like, holy symbols or anything like that?
They'll lift the shield that Zahl painted.
You pray
Say,
through
"This
that
is-
thing?
I just kind of pray to the sky. I've never used a symbol or anything.
Got it. You're one of those. Praise in here.
Mm.
Good. That'll work. We'll see. I got this, and he, like... The backpack hasn't left him, and he, like, throws it down, and he pulls out this, like, weird-ass circle that's just got beads of a billion different colors dangling from it and different strands. And he shakes it, goes, this will probably do the trick. He stuffs it back in the bag.
That's really pretty.
Yeah.
Alright, thank you very much, Kirik.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go back to helping my mom. We burned
Okay.
a bunch of bread.
You did successfully create a vat of holy water.
Wow.
All right. Anything else? Salvator, you're getting quite the rest in, but you're getting some sleepies.
I'm getting sleepies. I'm being
Yeah.
a sleepy boy.
Saltmarsh crew, are you heading back this way? Is there anything else you'd like to do? Would you like to spend some money and dunk a Solomore?
No.
It's for the children! It's for the refugee! No, you're good. Okay. fine.
She's gonna leave
Abstain.
it.
Okay, but why aren't we? You said you wanted to.
Because he is being better, and it makes me feel guilty later. And Peach looked like it would. I don't think Peach would be happy about it. Also, he definitely was holding hands with that elven woman that he's been hanging out with.
That's okay.
Yeah,
I'm happy for him.
yeah. I think he's soft now, so maybe he won't try and do anything bad when she's around.
Let's hope.
All right, you have another slot, right? We can go back.
Yep. Also, we've been sitting around for like an hour, so I'm good.
Right, forgot that's how that works. Let's go.
All right.
Alright.
I can only do it once, so we're gone.
Sunshine, you say farewell to Sunshine and Baker, and the two of them kind of have a little extended vacation. I'm sure they go out into the square and enjoy the festivities.
They absolutely do that, and then Sunshine drags them back to their room, and they're there for quite a long time.
Oh, right, they've got a yeah. Okay, fade to
Last
black.
day.
Fuck.
Also, I was gonna just say when I cast the spell of fly on Demi, it looks like her normal wings instead of the gold ones.
Yay!
But now we're talking about
Wow.
our new person and their husband, so get it.
Get
Go
Get
you
it.
some.
So,
So
yes,
get it.
I
So
will.
get it.
things happen behind the screens, and Bicker looks tired but happy the following morning.
We love some healthy relationships.
Why is he so
Get it.
tired, weirdo? Get some sleep.
Fucking weirdo.
Anyway, we come home and
Salvatore's
we sleep.
like, he must have been up writing spells all night.
Another practitioner of the arcane. Long nights for us all, friend.
Yes, we were making quite the magic.
Oh, do tell. Go in detail. I'm always trying to learn about magic.
Salvatore.
Please.
Ah,
He starts
arcane
giving an
secret.
explanation he doesn't want.
Ah. Right.
You
Gross.
put that on yourself, though.
Gross.
I did try to
I'm
say.
not fishing
Horrifying.
you out of it.
Fucking
Anyway, good morning, everyone.
You're all back at Conundrum Isle. The morning is
It's very
is-
early to be doing that.
I can't get over the gross.
Well, that's horrifying. Good morning, all.
Gross.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Morning.
Morning. Morning.
Hi.
Good morning.
I would have last night messaged Oceanus and seen how far they were, just because I have spell slots.
Yes, making great time. Should be there probably about, 11 or so in the morning.
Okay. She'll take the extra one.
Miss you bye.
Yeah, she'll take the extra one to. So Zahl and a new friend that we made know that you're gonna be embarrassed, and I'm sorry in ahead of time.
Oh, we're talking
And
about
then
it openly now. And then the spell shuts up.
You end his song.
Oh, shit.
Shut up!
It's just this harmonic chord like rips through time and space between the two of you for a brief instant.
Anyway, good morning. We're here.
Can
They're
I
making
spend-
great time.
Can I have spent last night starting to read my book? Because I know I have to do, 48 hours over 7 days or something? Or over
It is 6 days worth of reading, basically.
Mhm.
Yeah.
It's not a like you have to complete a number, and if you read, I might adjust that a little bit. But given the activities you've been doing, for
absolutely.
now, it'll be the 6 day.
Cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's gonna, before he goes to bed, he's gonna spend a couple hours just kind of
Getting his
Look at it,
literature
like,
on, yeah.
tired. It's like the tired reading too. Of
The
him,
nodding.
Like,
You dropped the book on your face?
he has to go back a couple of pages and start reading again because he got confused.
Okay. You begin to read this text, and there is something incredibly engaging about it. You feel almost drawn into this text. It's weird. It's mostly talking about the physicality of people on the surface level. There's a slightly almost pseudo-science element to it. Well, there's definitely something else there.
Strange. I can't wait to get to the chapter called Parkour.
Hardcore parkour.
People use that as a nickname for me in high school. It was
Oh,
Because you're always doing backflips.
Were you
Yeah.
always doing backflip? Like,
No, it's because there's no good nicknames for my name. Continue.
it
Are you
did
going
take
to
me a
lunch?
minute
Yeah,
to get.
sure.
I did get there.
Parkour.
Yeah, I did get there, but it took me a minute.
It's okay.
Anyway, eventually you do still find yourself nodding off to sleep, Zahl, and everybody gets their long rest that night, by the way, as well. Salvator,
Yay!
Yay.
Long rest.
get rid of that exhaustion point.
Yay! I can change my spells. Yay!
Woohoo!
Yeah,
You want me to
teach
roll
and
your
prepare
dice,
the
Sean?
proper spells.
Ah, yes, please. Do those nat 20s.
Fuck me, 4 and 18.
Nice.
4 and 18.
Yep.
I'll keep that 4.
Say as I nearly fall out of my chair.
I did that yesterday.
18. Man, writing with my wrong hand is very strange.
All right.
Good morning. They're making good time. So hopefully they'll be here. The ship, Salvator.
Ah.
So hopefully they'll be here soon. Carrick, let us know if you need anything.
Got
You know, and
got the cauldron filled with holy water. So
Oh, we did get flour.
okay. Oh right, yeah, we definitely did that, right?
what?
Did
We
what?
would have got. We got flour
for plum.
Oh.
We would have done that.
And you get bread for breakfast. Yeah.
Perfect.
Delicious.
We did
Love
it.
it.
Okay.
Yes, let us know if you need anything.
Sounds good. He's just sitting in the main room right now, flipping through a book. All right. Now, if there's anything else you want to accomplish this morning before the ship arrives, let me know. Otherwise, we'll fast track.
I think
I'm
that's
good.
it.
Okay. Then the ship arrives at 11.
Okay.
11
Wow.
a.m.
Wow, that's the extra one that you can only see within the. No.
The metronome.
Only within the time bone.
Yeah, really exact, precise. But it pulls in. You see it on the horizon a little before that, kind of those big shimmering sails marking the different colors depending on who you are and who you find yourself allied with, as it kind of creeps its way across the water. The sun kind of lifting up higher in the sky now towards Conundrum Isle. Folks waving towards you all before the ship is even docked. And as it is docked, folks begin to offboard, immediately unloading some supplies and objects. But of course, you know, Odophilia and Oceanus both make their way towards y'all immediately.
Are Sunshine and Bicker seeing the symbol of the Yoski Din on this boat?
Sure they are, yeah.
Of course.
I have questions.
That seems
Yes,
about
sure.
accurate, yeah.
What's your questions?
Why does your ship have the symbol of the Yoski Din on it?
The what?
Oh,
My folk. I can.
they're magical, and it shows you your allies on it. We took it off a pirate ship.
That's pretty neat. Can I go take a look?
At the magic sails, of course.
You see him and he kind of shifts his belt a little bit, and there is this pouch of Tinker's tools that are sitting off to the side that he's kind of tucked around. And he goes
He's an
up
artificer.
and begins trying to get as close to the sails as he can without getting in the way of the crew who are like...
Can I think because in the morning Zahl would have continued to read. Can I like put my book away and be like, put your foot there, hands
Absolutely.
there, and
Demi will-
I'm like pointing out spots
the
for him
whole
to
crew
find.
will just be like, make him. Just make way for the. Yeah, okay. Just leave him alone. He's fine.
Sunshine is beneath him,
Spotting.
just waiting.
It inevitably
Waiting.
happens.
Waiting. Passes
No, put your hand there. No,
What?
no.
Ah!
They levitate and they catch
Yeah,
him.
okay.
happened to the best of us.
Oh, good catch.
I've not fallen yet.
You've never tried.
Exactly.
Okay. Hello,
I'm so proud of
Oceanus,
myself.
Odophilia. Hello.
Hello, Demi. It's good to see. And he kind of like steps in and then like isn't sure who knows and does an awkward back shuffle and is like, nice to meet you, first mate Oceanus.
Very well.
Ah,
Hello.
hello. I see what you meant.
What?
The hell's going on?
Nothing is going on.
You're very
For the
pretty.
first time in forever, Oceanus looks at Salvator in like agreeance, and there's like this like
I don't get what he's doing either. Like, what am I doing?
he immediately
Nothing.
gives up.
I'll tell you later. Yeah, I'll inform you later. Anyway,
Fair.
how are Lila and the others?
We're ready to move her as soon as you give the word. She's okay. Karia's here as well to help.
Okay.
So.
Did Benji and Jack stay with the other ship?
They stayed with the vessel, yes, just to keep an eye on it. They don't have any crew, and it's not very...
Makes sense. Makes sense. Okay. And she'll turn and just head back in to find Carrick, I guess? Or she would have told him that the ship was arriving.
Okay, Carrick is just
wherever
kind
he
of like standing. He somehow found like the one tree that's big enough to lean against and is leaning against it and chewing on a piece of straw, which he's also found just off to the edge of the little dock. Right. Inside,
Hello, Carrick.
kitchen,
Okay.
probably best. Keep people out of the building unless it's select fuel. I'll let you decide on that. All right?
Okay.
Good. See you there in a
Okay.
minute.
Okay.
And he just goes back
I mean-
inside.
Okay.
Either Peach or Oceanus, would one of you carry her?
We got a stretcher, so...
Oh, perfect.
Okay.
Both of you
Good.
then, I guess. And we'll head in. It essentially, if it's not meant to be a lot of people, Heinrich, show Sunshine and Bicker, I suppose, all of the fun magical things that are on the ship.
We have a flamethrower! And he like immediately takes them up to the...
We
No
die
demonstration.
today.
What? He's like hanging from it.
Demonstrations! No demonstrations!
Right, how does this
Why not?
work?
Yeah, so I'm pretty sure we have to have a tank in it to keep taking it out.
Oh.
It also
All right,
teleports.
Where are the tanks kept?
This way. Like you
All right, let's go.
Ha ha ha.
Very good.
All right.
We head inside.
So between Oceanus and Peach, you're kind of able to navigate with the gangplank, getting Lila off the ship as she's kind of brought down and down the gangplank and up the kind of winding dirt path to the lighthouse. Brought in, you could see Plum is kind of fussing, but has stepped back out of the way as well, and is keeping her distance, well aware of kind of the important business that you lot can be up to at times. Cletus is nowhere to be found.
Cool.
So, there's that. But the rest of the crew knows to kind of hold back. And you're left with, at this point, who do you ask to come along?
It's probably just the main party and Odophilia and Oceanus if they wanted to be there. That would be the only ones that I would think would be there.
Sure. Odophilia kind of will tag along just standing next to Peach. She's intuiting some nervous energy coming from there for some
Yeah.
reason. Who knows why?
Not for the reason you think.
As you kind of get them in. But kind of quiet falls. The doors, those big oaken doors that are almost always open here, are shut. And Oceanus kind of takes up a position just keeping an eye on the door to make sure nobody interrupts. This vat you bring out into the kind of main eating area, and the tables and chairs have been pushed to the side. And Kirik says, all right, which are you... So, this one's magic, Peach. Anyone got any kind of holy, godlike leanings or anything?
Nope.
I mean, no, I'm not going to shit on a wizard. If you've got stuff...
I should probably wait outside.
Oh, please do.
My mom's
I'm
a
so
god.
sorry, Salvator.
He clocks that hand immediately.
Disintegrate.
An eyebrow does quirk.
You don't leave this ship.
I had him roll just a quick insight, and he nat 20'd on it.
Of course.
Sorry, bud. So there is
Salvatore, I apologize. Could you wait outside?
You got it.
This is poor Salvatore is getting just left outside.
Close the door behind me.
Hello,
Sean,
Seamus.
I'm sorry, bud.
No, I'm hanging with Oceanus. We're having a great conversation.
Hello, Salvatore.
Yes.
Yes.
There was some awkwardness earlier. Tell me, did the festival cause you and Demi to fall deeper in love? And we can fade back to inside if you like.
And say that the black.
Oh my god!
The
My
festival.
God, Salvatore. So you're aware. Demi had a
I was
conversation
told
with you.
about a week after I joined. I was told by the group that you two had fondness for each other.
Did you know before I knew?
I was unaware you
Oh
did not.
god!
Wow.
Oh wow! Salvatore knew before him.
Rather uncomfortable.
I should be surprised, but I'm not.
That's terrifying.
I mean, yes. All right.
Anyways, look sharp. Inside. Start staring off into the distance.
Agrax
I've ruined
is just,
his world, but I'm done with the conversation.
Agrax is just munching on popcorn. You hear the sound in the background. Yes.
Oh, man.
I want to meet Agrax so bad.
Like sand through an hourglass, these are the days of my life.
Salvatore's Truman from the Truman Show.
Oh. Okay. So, it's interesting as you look. Kirik first initially, and this is going to be quite some time, begins investigating. Before doing anything, there are a little bit of familiarity to you, Peach, but again, he's also a medical practitioner. He's not just a magical healer. He clearly has training in this, and does begin to very, very intentionally scrutinize Lila. And at a certain point, he does kind of ask for more privacy, as he kind of has to do some pretty serious checking. The blankets has to come up to reveal the legs. And so, minor trigger warning here for folks, just in case. We're dealing with a character who's quite severely hurt right now, and we're looking to heal them. But he does pull up kind of the blankets around the legs, revealing these completely decayed, as if the musculature and the flesh beneath the skin, which is pallid, not pale. You know Lila to be pale, Demi, but this is pallid, is almost stuck to the bone that remains. It is quite a disorienting sight, especially given that a lot of the color has returned to her face and cheeks, but not to the lower portion of her body, as if some of the healing efforts have already helped stabilize her, and yet she remains unconscious. So he is going to make some checks here. Thank God for advantage. Sorry, don't ignore me.
Peach is waiting until the until it seems like he's almost through the spell, and then they're going to bless Lila.
Okay.
I would like to give bardic inspiration.
To
Demi's just nervously
Kirik or
playing.
Lila?
Both.
Oh God,
You
I
can
could
do
do
that.
both. Yeah. So yeah, both.
Okay.
Oh, I guess
Amazing.
bless on Kirik, Lila, and Demi, because she looks stressed.
Thanks. I just feel a little bit better, and I'm like,
This does nothing. Here.
thanks.
Okay. There is a moment where you do see him cast another spell, Peach, that looks fairly similar to you. You're not sure the extent of the effect, but he does take some of that holy water, just a little vial of it, and mixes some silver powder into it and some other shavings and throws it into the air, and there's a flash of light as he goes about his work, both divinely and scientifically.
Can I roll to see what spell that was? Sorry.
Sure, make an Arcana check for me.
I rolled a 16, so 15.
It seemed like a pretty high level dispel evil and good spell.
Ooh, all right.
It's not 100%, but you sense a cleansing aura radiate from the space that this water is scattered into. It doesn't exactly suffuse, but out into a wide radius, but it does seem to. There's a little residual that backs out. Salvator, you're far enough away.
Oh,
Good thing you moved him.
shakes his hand.
Okay.
Can I? Because I have all my healing lights for the day. Zahl's kind of waiting for a moment or a point in which he can pump all of them into her.
All of his healing.
Yeah, every bit of his healing is going into her.
So as this stands right now, it does appear that he is currently still doing some smaller efforts to prepare her.
I just wanted you to know
But
that's
yes,
what I was
that
doing.
I will
so,
absolutely.
like,
I will give a call
if
out
there's
to
a
him
moment, if there's a moment where it's like this would be appropriate.
at the most crucial moment as you're all standing there.
I don't have diamond dust.
You do see, again, there is a little more magic cast. You see Peach cure wounds, but at a very, very high level and things like that, poured out. And then he will ask for your assistance. He says, look, I've never seen anything like this in my life. This is not... It's like a rot, but it's magical. It's... The source is gone, but the damage is left, too. It's like if you had a apple that had began to rot on one side, and all the fungus was cleared away, and you got half a good apple, but then the other side just completely gone.
Mm-hmm.
So, I do think regenerate is going to be our best option, but this is more than I've ever done. So, I need help getting her into that. And he points at the cauldron that is sitting there.
That's fine.
Okay.
We're going to try and
I'm
up our
not very
chances. That water is holy as fuck.
I love him.
I love him so.
Holy as fuck.
I'm gonna help Peach anyway. Again.
Yeah, Peach will
Um,
gently, delicately.
You're able to do so. I'm not going to stress Parker out by having you make dexterity checks with Lila's life.
Also, me helping.
Thanks.
Yeah.
There's definitely a chance you're gonna get a 1. It's me.
So you kind of slowly dip her down into it, and she's basically down to her small clothes at this point as she's rested into the water. And Peach Zahl, he kind of asks you to keep her held up because she's still unconscious.
They
through this
will. And they
process.
will, they're like Zahl preparing to just put all of their lay on hands
to use all of it on Lila when the moment seems right.
You can literally see Demi, your two companions, their hands are like charging up with radiant energy. Like,
Can I also
Ah.
cast on Carrick and Lila? I know this is going to seem dumb, but just in case of emergency, I am casting underwater breathing on the two of them. So even if Lila does dip under, she can still breathe.
good shout. Sure, yeah, I like it. You throw that out there.
Just in case something bad happens.
In case of
Tsunami!
emergency, break underwater breathing.
In case, well, it's like in case of like, oh, like we
No,
get
that
blown
does-
away and she slips under. Like I don't want her to do
does
that risk.
feel fair.
Yeah.
This campaign's break-in cases underwater breathing.
Yeah, it's fair. I don't doubt or fault you that. So he then will begin casting this spell. It's not a lengthy spell to cast. Honestly, it takes about a minute. But then the effects begin to take place. You see, as the water has already been prepared, he pulls out this weird bearded ring and kind of taps the side of the cauldron, goes, that's enough of that, and throws it onto the table, and then places his hands against the cauldron. And again, there's no fire under this, it's just a metal cauldron. And he begins to hold his hands to it and close his eyes. And you see, again, similar to the light coming off of Zahl and Peach, a radiant light begins to form at his hands as he begins to suffuse. And the light, or the water, that gold color begins to seep into it. And you see as it remains translucent, but it starts to radiate this golden color, and the light begins to shine upwards. And so you have Lila kind of held against the edge of the cauldron, your companion's hands on her shoulders. You're standing there gently kind of attempting to soothe the room with this music as this radiant light begins to kind of up and suffuse into the room, falling around you all. You see Odophilia kind of is backing away towards Plum to kind of be out of the way as well. So again, the spell is done and cast within a minute, but Carrick doesn't move. He stands there with his palms against the cauldron in silence. What are you guys looking at, and what are you doing?
They're looking at her and waiting to heal her. But I'll say, can Peach detect evil and good to look for any presence of the remainder of that thing?
Sure. You can. And while you're doing so, roll an investigation check for me.
Oh, natural 20.
Ooh.
Okay.
-1.
There's a lot of good energy all over the place here. Good is subjective, but a lot of very celestial or radiant in nature, holy energy suffusing the room. The water itself, the cauldron is starting to get just a little bit of that seeping into it, coming from Zahl, coming from you. And as you glance down with that natural 20, it is slight, but flesh is beginning to push outwards. It's not... Peach, roll a medicine check for me.
11.
You're not exactly sure how regenerate works, but you've heard stories of it like being like, here's limb, and here's, you hold it to it and then it back together. This is different. This is replacing, and it is taxing on both the recipient and the caster. And you kind of see Carrick there, eyes closed, palms against it, and there is a twitch that you feel and a push back from Lila as she shakes. Again, the evil is gone. This is purely physical strain and magical strain now. How do y'all proceed? Now would be the
8
time.
on both of them.
Okay.
Yeah.
Would Peach vocalize that at least a little bit of like they're both taking
Yeah, they're both
Strain.
having a hard time.
Can I do like an insight or something to see if Carrick would also need healing in this? Because I know it's physically
Make a
straining
medicine
for him.
check for me.
You know what I mean?
Demi sits there in worst case scenario healing.
The third person they cast aid on is Demi, so
Uh.
add 5 to your total for today.
That's 18.
18. Okay. It's not in Carrick's case, being a caster, that strain is the strain of magic against the body and just a lengthy cast, which you've seen occur with yourself with Salvator when he's got a long time to muck about with a spell. But you can do what you do with that information. There is strain there, and this is going to take some time.
I think over the time period that this is being cast, Zahl is slowly going to start feeding some of the light into her.
Okay. As you do so,
to help her along.
It does begin to suffuse, and you can see the healing coming from both of you is assisting in the process. I need to make some rolls here now for Lila. So just to be clear, I have Bardic Inspiration on Carrick, Lila, right? And then I have Bless. Is that right? Or did you drop
You have
that?
Bless. You have Bless, Aid isn't concentration.
Okay,
so you have Bless and Aid, and then seeing what
Bardic is a
Zahl
D10,
is doing.
Parker?
Yes, it is.
Seeing what Zahl is doing, Peach will wait, and when it seems like he's out, they will use their lay on hands, and all 40 is going to her.
I got 11, so I can keep just pumping D4s.
Start with Carrick.
Over a time period.
Good thing you guys helped. With Carrick, you do see him begin to slump a little bit forward. And there is a moment where he kind of... And he actually shakes his head as he's casting and kind of like straightens his back. And you get a feeling maybe she was inspired a little bit or had some blessings. Now let's do the important.
#bless.
With advantage.
I can also
Are
inspire
you
him
fucking
again.
kidding you? I just rolled a nat 20 on this.
Yes! Hell yeah.
Third leg?
Thanks, Destiny.
With the bless and with the bardic
Sean.
inspiration. So that's 25. 27. It continues for about 10 minutes. The light gets brighter and brighter to the point where you can no longer see the limbs. It's too bright to gaze into the pool. You're kind of looking away. But as you're looking, Demi, at Lila's face, and she's kind of positioned to be facing almost directly at you, you see the eyelids flutter a little, and then flutter a little more, and then they just ever so slightly open, and her head shifts. And she kind of looks up. Demi?
Hello. Again.
What?
Maybe don't try to do anything at the moment.
She begins to turn and then kind of gives in to your words pretty easily and settles back into it and closes her eyes. And with that, we are going to take our break. Guys, Demi's mom coming back alive is sponsored by Skull Splitter Dice.
Gotta go.
Skull Splitter Dice, guys, get in on that giveaway for a mug we'll be drawing at the end of the month. So it's the first day of the month now. Wait until the end. But it's a mug filled with 100 dice. Followers get 1 entry. Subscribers get 2. And go check out Skull Splitter Dice. They sponsor our shows and this giveaway, and they are fantastic. And with that, my friends, we will see you shortly.
Back in Houston.
Be back internet.
They can see and hear you.
We did it.
Hello.
Hey!
Hi, friend.
What's up?
Sass, literally, you've ignored me until the screen went live. Hey, everybody, this really somber moment brought to you by my cat. Stop it.
Yeah.
So,
I love that she's canon now.
I just gave
That's
up.
great.
She wanted to be in the game, so I put her in there.
Perfection.
We rejoin the party in a rather somber moment. Salvator stands outside with Oceanus, staring at the horizon. Peach and Zahl's hands are rested on the shoulders of Lila, who sits within this cauldron. Kirik leaning against it and suffusing it with magic. Lila's eyes locked with Demi's for a moment before she closes them again and lets whatever the fuck is happening, seemingly still weak in that sort of post-operation haze that some of us may have experienced, she kind of sinks back into it, and whatever is happening is happening.
Demi keeps playing the lyre.
Okay. As you kind of watch, you can see her slip back into sleep again. You can feel it, those of you holding her by the shoulders. As the spell continues, you're pushing about the 30-minute mark here, and you're quite confident that this is successful, but it's still going. Kirik is still there, hands against the cauldron. As you listen in the quiet, Demi, you would hear and notice she's beginning to mutter. Her lips moving slightly, almost unintelligible at this distance.
Can I get closer?
Sure. As you step in closer, make a perception check for me.
Okay. Don't fuck me. Thank you. That is you said perception?
Yes.
26.
As you kind of lean in, you have to lean in very close to discern what she's saying. But it's coherent. And you can see her eyelids are fluttering again. Give me a second. And just ever so quietly over her lips. Columns. Thousands. Unending. Lost. Trapped. Something in the darkness. Something to avoid, to fear. And the whispering kind of settles again, and her eyes stop fluttering, and it falls back into silence.
Was that caught us, thousands, unending, lost, trapped, something in the darkness, something to fear?
Columns was the first thing.
Columns.
But other than that, spot on.
Columns. Unending. Columns. She'll figure out what that means later, I think. Okay. She'll go back to playing and inspiring if it becomes necessary again.
Okay. Fortunately, after about 10 minutes, you see Kirik's hands kind of fall from the cauldron, and the light begins to suffuse out, dropping the room kind of actually with the doors closed and how bright it was. not darkness, but it feeling dim compared to how light it was before. And a silence falls over the room. And you see Kara kind of breathing. Lila remains kind of unconscious. But there's more breathing to her.
How are her legs?
As you step in and look to the light, the non-existent muscle that had been there has been replaced. It's not strong by any means. It looks weak, fresh, but
so
returned.
Usable, but
yes,
but it's gonna take
it's gonna
time.
take some time.
Rehab, yeah. Rehabilitation, physical therapy things, yeah. Okay.
Kurt kind of and kind of stands up. Right.
Thank you.
Oh, my pleasure. She'll need sleep, rest, but she'll come to, I think.
Okay.
You should get her out of the pot of water, though.
Okay. Yes.
Each really fast rallies Carrick the cleric for
Carrick the cleric.
Carrick the cleric. That's
what is
good.
it? Plus what is it? 8 for 11 temporary hit points. Thank you so much.
It gives you a nod of recognition and appreciation. All right. Probably have folks.
Oh no, I mathed that wrong. That was Paladin. For 6.
6. Okay. Same response. And appreciative. Looks a little more spry. He says, so, we'll need to put her someplace quiet, clean, have somebody keep an eye on her. I should go lay down, probably.
Yeah.
Before.
Are you good?
Right. Yes. Thank you. I can't say that enough.
Oh, my pleasure. He kind of turns and begins to watch the words. Fuck me, that was a doozy. And walks out and goes like right and up the stairs.
I love him. The first floor is Otophilia's room, isn't it?
The first floor is Plum and Peach. We can put her in my room.
I was going to offer mine, but it's a lot of stairs, and I don't know if that's a good idea.
Mine seems better.
Carry, but if you wouldn't mind, for now.
You're able to get her back on the stretcher, and Oceanus comes over and helps, and you're able to get her back to your room.
Okay, and then she'll call Kari in. I feel like I would have had Kari there, and I think I forgot to mention it,
she was in the background.
Okay, so to hopefully stay with her if at moments when I cannot.
I'll keep an eye on her. Yeah, I know you've got responsibilities. So.
Some, but not that I'm more important. I think that worked.
That was something. Powerful friends you've got, huh?
Yes. I don't really heal, I just worst case scenario. But it's nice.
Alright.
Anyway,
She kind of leans in and gives you a hug.
She hugs back. Right. Well, I'm sure when I get to talk to her, I'll cry. So no crying right now. Nope. None of that. I have stuff to do. I have stuff to do. Don't baby me.
All right. I'm sorry.
I don't cry that easily.
You don't?
Anymore.
Well, that's me. They're still in the room, sorry.
Peach is in the room slightly crying. No, I have friends for that now. All right, let's you stay here and we'll go check on I guess everything else. Yep.
Oceanus Salvator is with you, just kind of his arms crossed behind his back and he's kind of rocking back and forth. He's like, do you think they'll tell us when we need to come back inside?
I doubt it. They usually forget we're out here.
And with that, the door's open.
Oh, look at that. How'd it go?
She will jump up and hug him around the neck.
Oh,
She just not
maybe
you.
him oh.
I was just this.
It kind of like catches you and returns the embrace. Well, then, I assume.
It worked. It worked. It actually worked.
Well, good job.
I didn't do anything, but it was good.
He kind of like pulls back a little bit. He still hasn't let go of you, but he like pulls back and gives you a bit of a look.
Okay, everyone else does that. Don't you do that too?
Well, fine. He drops it.
Okay. Thank you.
Salvatore and I are fast friends now. Apparently he knew.
Are you?
Yes.
What did you talk
Yes,
about?
the festival made you two fall more in love.
What? What?
He was regaling me with some of the stories.
I'm sorry, what did you just say? What?
Salvatore
What?
was just telling me how intuitive he was, and recognized.
Oh.
Yes. Before I did.
I'll leave you two alone. You probably want to
Oh,
make
yeah.
with, affection and whatnot, and I'll just walk back inside.
Avoid the first floor, Salvatore. The first floor rooms.
My God, well, I can't.
Yes, you can.
I have to go up the tower.
I think the rooms are one up. Why do you have to go up the tower?
All right,
You
I
go
just
down
go
to your
the
room.
floor.
You've got the
Go down to your room.
basement.
I go to the first floor.
Everyone dies! No, you're good.
Everyone.
You
Every
make it
single
down to
person.
the basement. And
Perfect.
find yourself with free time to spare. Bap is currently painting a smiley face, like over the water against the cliff, and it's very precarious. You're welcome to ignore him.
I just sort of watch for a minute.
He
Hope he doesn't notice me.
doesn't see you. He's too focused on his work.
I just sit there and watch him do that for a while.
Okay. Okay.
Cute.
It's impressive. Or not. That's your call. It's children's
probably
drawings.
impressive,
Yeah.
in a way.
Yeah. Okay. What
Yeah,
are folks
no.
up to?
Peach is going to ask Ophelia if she'd like to go get Bap's mushroom buddy from the ship with them.
Oh, yes.
I got him a little mushroom from the Underdark that can be his friend, maybe? I'm not sure. Or not.
That might be racist.
Or his plant.
All right.
If it's not sentient.
Let's go see. I'm sure he'll
Okay.
love it either way. She goes along
Right,
with you.
they
Kind of
they
gives
pick
you
up
an elbow. Are you all right? All right, that's a no. Let's deliver the plant.
Okay.
Hello.
They also pick up.
Salvatore, good to see you.
Good to see you all as well.
Bap. Ah! Oh, you
I
can't
just-
hear him. He jumps.
I kind of walk over
Bap.
to Ophelia to say, I know you're feeling quite sad with this happening, but you're welcome to come with us if you want to.
I'm sorry, what's happening?
We've all grown quite fond of you, and you can make up your own choice, but we all wanted to let you
Oh,
know that you're free
Salvatore,
to come
I
with us.
haven't-
Hello?
Thank you. I appreciate you. I haven't talked to Ophelia yet.
He misty steps up the stairs.
Wizard of me
I close
sing
the
is
door.
my favorite.
Okay. Bap, I got.
So,
Fuck. If I remember correctly, Sunshine did give Peach the painting.
yes. They took it, like, off of the canvas and rolled it up.
Yeah.
You've got, like, slung over your shoulder a little, like, painter's, or, like, map canister.
Okay.
They have
They will
readily
take-
available. Because I say so.
Fantastic. They will take that off and unfurl the painting. Say, a person recognized me, they'll kind of show her painting.
Didn't quite capture your backside. Nicer than that.
Well, thank you very much. They're now like green, the cheeks.
I'm sorry. I couldn't resist. I couldn't resist.
No, it's too perfect. They're just like trying to process that, and they're like,
It's definitely attempt to like cut the very apparent tension.
it works. So, so these constellations are all wrong, and they didn't know that they were painting it at the time. God things, star things.
Certainly. Got it. So the stars are wrong. Your backside is wrong. And you're posing dramatically.
Yeah, Sarah wants me to go to where this is.
When are we leaving?
Ophelia, where I'm going, I'm not going to find Scarin. I'm not going to find any of the answers that you need. Or the closure you want.
She kind of looks clearly upset and unwilling to like look upset. If that's... It's very apparent there is a lot of emotions brewing immediately. I don't know, it sounds Scarin adjacent. And there's not that much strength behind that statement. You know, we get your thing done and then it helps us. And then we go do...
They painted me alone. And I'm worried that even if I don't set out alone, if I try to bring anyone with me, they'll get hurt. I know what Ophelia. I can't.
Who's going to keep you... And she's not looking at you. Who's going to keep you from self-loathing all the time and being overly dramatic and throwing yourself in harm's way? Somebody's... If they're not going, then... that's my job, then.
I adore you. If you come with me,
She kind of
and when
looks
this
up.
painting comes to pass, it will be worse. If you come with me, and I see what I'm looking at in this painting, it means that something happened to you.
Boy, they're giving you a hard time about always watching over me. Backfired, huh?
Maybe this is a blessing in disguise for you. I keep being in your way about all of that. I'm sorry.
She kind of, again, is looking down at her feet. And then it's a very quick, disarming movement as she grabs you and kisses you. And it's held. And as it's broken, You better come back and get in my way, or I'll find you. It'll be Scarin, then Peach like the fruit.
I believe you. I have no doubt. Well then, I guess it's settled. I have to come back to you. That's how it works. Those are the rules. Odophilia made them, and I cannot break the rules that Odophilia makes.
Oh, this is excellent. She says, kind of like attempting to be funny, but she's crying.
I'll just cover her head and hold her close.
She kind of, again, there's a moment. But yeah. You find yourself in both these instances, with both Plum and Odophilia, being the one providing the comfort, when you've constantly framed yourself as the one being comforted by them. As you stand in this dark cave, lit by neon paints from this strange Myconid who left and is in Salvator's room, rummaging around. You hear him going through shit over there, completely disconnected from whatever is happening.
I can't wait.
For what?
They'll kind of look at her, tuck her hair aside. I cannot wait to see what a fearsome dragon you become while I'm gone.
Oh, shut up. She leans in and kisses you again. God. Your god is making a lot of people very frustrated. He needs to be careful. But I do get
him.
what he sees in you. And
Oh,
I suppose if he's going to pick somebody, there's that, right?
that is so kind, Odophilia.
What? What? She's not entirely certain what she said. She's just spouting her feelings.
It's... I think if you have faith in me, I can have faith in me.
Have you told your mum yet?
Oh, yeah.
Wow, it's been a day for you, huh?
Yep.
Think Zahl can cast fly so we can go someplace quiet?
I would love to ask him.
Right. Let's get out of here. She kind of
All
takes
right.
you by the hand and leads you to find Zahl. Zahl, you get a fly request.
Zahl's 100% up in Morton's old room, reading through this
Aw.
book. It is on like a part.
Why is everyone in my rooms?
Because you're not there.
You got all this cool shit.
It's a quiet place to sit where I'm not going to be bothered, and I want to read this book. And she's just 100% snaked over the shoulder, just reading the book with him.
Hey,
Oh, you
Zahl,
want me to?
fly?
Yeah. I can. I don't.
No,
I-
on us.
Yep. Just puts his hands out, casts fly, just goes back to the book, like thinking, like he's doing like, please leave. Oh, this is weird.
She kind of like
Please,
gives
for
you
the
the
love-
finger guns.
Why finger gun? You could go. It's cool.
Bye. Just don't be
Yep.
more cocky than that.
I'm not being cocky. I'm just, this is already awkward.
They disappear with you to someplace quiet. What's everyone else
Just so you know, it's 10 minutes.
Yeah, I'm not there to tell you
It's
when
the
it's
most
over.
parent thing that Zahl has ever done.
Well, because I don't know if he's ever told anybody actually how long it lasts.
It's
So
good, it's good, I
I
like it.
figured that he should at least tell them, like, you got 10 minutes, so
Find somewhere fast.
find a place that you can get back from, I guess.
So we'll fade to black on that scene, where whatever moments are spent together. But rest of the party, what's going on? It's midday.
Midday.
Oh, Jesus, it is.
Yeah.
That was really early.
We can
I
fast
got in
forward
really early.
if there's anything you don't want to do, or if there's just things you want to say you accomplished, we can absolutely do that too. But it's been a hell of a day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I avoid people. Conversations haven't gone well today. We'll try again tomorrow.
I'll try again tomorrow. Demi will be in and out checking on Lila. That's pretty much it. She'll be like between Oceanus and the ship and Lila in the lighthouse. That's the two things she's doing.
As the sun sets, Plum prepares a meal. We'll say that wherever Peach and Odophilia got to, they were logistical enough to retrieve a boat to get back and row back eventually. The crew is all over the island, and in relatively good spirits. The somber mood that's suffused the space is lightened a little bit, you know, and they have taken to, with how large the crew has gotten, setting up little campfires along the beach. And as you kind of row in, there are these little small, nothing major campfires with like music and you know, jolliness kind of filling this small island just off the coast on the Azure Sea. This gentle music filling the air as the moon rises and the evening sets in. Demi, as you check in on Lila, you find her sitting up. This is about the 4th time you've checked in.
That I've checked in.
And she's been in
I
sleep.
walk in expecting her to be asleep, and I'm like, hi.
Hello. Come in. And she
Hi.
sounds weak compared to,
Okay.
and yet is attempting to command the room immediately.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's working. She closes the door.
All right, Kira, you can go. And Kira kind of goes,
Ah.
I'm sorry. Kira kind of goes, good luck, and walks out the room.
Bye. This is the first time in months that Demi hasn't been the one in charge.
And she's just kind of giving you, and it is a look you know, it's just that level gaze. We'll stand here until you say something. Or sit, in her case.
Okay.
There's a smile, and it is affectionate, but it's...
She sees the face, and she just, like, walks over and, like, sits carefully on the, like side of the bed. Do you have questions, or...
Yes, but I'm sure you do, too.
Right, what the fuck were you doing out in the middle of the ocean? Let's start with that one.
Oh, this is new. All right. No, I like it. I see. I get it.
I'm
Smuggling.
Sorry. What?
Oh, come on.
No, really.
Yes.
I thought we were a privateering vessel.
Privateer smuggle?
I don't.
Well, that's your choice.
I mean, if
You're
an
the
smuggling
captain
ship,
of
then
your
I
ship.
could.
You really could.
Did Kari tell you that I had a ship?
All I got is that you're a captain, and that you saved us. And then a lot of obnoxious fussing. Thank God you came.
In their defense, you have been out of their sights and then unconscious for months now.
Yes. Yes, I suppose we'll need to cover that at some point. And it's
Yes.
immediate business conversation to an extent.
Please. Yeah. I did get to have a rather smug moment when I told Benji that I was a captain. That was fun.
Oh, I bet he took that wonderfully.
He did.
Oh, where's my ship?
It's in Seaton, getting repaired.
Seaton. Where are we?
Yeah. On my friends and my island off Saltmarsh.
Weird place for real estate, but all right.
Well, it was given to us.
Oh.
Yeah, in searching for you and other things that have come crashing down onto me since I met a group here. We helped take down a swaggin infestation of sorts and became known as the heroes of the Black Isle. In between causing problems for the pirate princes.
Look at you. I've been stuck to the side of a rotting hull, and you've been making a name for yourself.
Not the name I was intending, but of sorts.
Oh, that's fair. You wanted to go back to music? It's just immediately like a barrage of... And you can see she is weak, and she's still pallid, and there's a shake to her hand. But there's a bravado to this woman, as well as a sternness that you're familiar with. It's almost comforting.
Yeah. Maybe, eventually, once the world's put back together. Lots of things going on right now with that. And I'm in the middle of it for some god's forsaken reason. So smuggling. We smuggled, and I just never knew? Was there a reason that I didn't know?
Not a lot, just sometimes. Mostly
Okay.
between ID and Pomage because of their stupid fucking war. Excuse me.
Oh, that's particularly dangerous. Oh, I should tell you. Well, that's later. Anyway, found a
smiles
sea
just a
monster
little bit.
attacked us with a vessel of legend. It's fine. I wrote a thing about. I'll tell you later. So smuggling and then pirate princess. Why'd they take you?
Oh. Because we were a mark, I assume. We had money on board.
Oh.
Then we put up a fight.
Did Kari tell you
What?
about people getting sold?
Sorry, sirens. Did you kill Therex?
Former crew? One of my friends did.
Good.
I killed a lot of her men.
And there's like a finger now tapping on the bed in irritation.
The only reason I actually found out what happened to you as soon as I did is because I was paid by Saltmarsh to, well, me and my friends, paid to take down a smuggling vessel.
Oh, which one?
What was it? The Sea Ghost? The Sea Ghost.
Captain Snake Eyes.
Right, he was a...
Dumbass.
Yes, and so we killed him and everyone on board and found a...
Good God.
I found
Are you questioning my morals?
Listen, a lot has happened since I left.
Right.
Anyway, we did that, and I found Oceanus, the deckhand, he was sold to that ship.
Sea elf, pretty.
Very. She realizes what she did.
Misses it entirely, fortunately for you. She's
Great.
too busy processing everything else, and it just straight past her.
Yes, so we actually recently, the Crown gave us that vessel. It's now the Falling Star. It's mine. And then in the latest siege where we took your ship back, we also gained another ship, so I have another one sitting in Seaton that I have to figure out what to do with, so...
How long have I been out?
3 months? 4,
You got
maybe?
2 ships in 3 months?
I've been busy. Trying to find you.
Wow, I did a really good job. All right.
Sure, yes, yes, you
your
did.
own merit is warranted as well.
No, it's fair. I really was just faking it and pretending like I knew what I was doing and just doing everything that you did until I figured it out.
She smiles a little bit, and there is that rare, you know it, your first performance before you left, that look of It's not... She rations her emotions as an individual. And she shares just a moment of... She's quite proud, from what she can tell. She'd just like to have all the information in front of her.
Yes. We are currently working with the Crown because there's underlying forces that are causing a lot of problems. And within the week, I need to be back towards Monmurg to help aid with another bout of this war, essentially, against the Pirate Princes.
So there's still some of them out there.
Monmurg and I think maybe 2 more of the main ones, maybe? 2. We took out 2 on the open sea, and then
with keen mind, you've killed the hunter, or the huntmaster. Okay. You've killed the pale prow, the salted glade, the dreadnought, and the gnasher. So you've taken out 5 already.
5, and there's 9, so 4 more. Right?
And the Blackwing.
Oh yeah, you took out the Blackwing as well. So there's 3.
Okay. So 3 left. She'll recite all those names. 3 left.
So that would be the Golden Rose, the Maw itself, I would wager, and what's the third one? God, my mind. Give me a second as Guffy looks it up.
Yay!
I have too many ship names to remember.
So many ship.
Too many ships. Too many ships. Too many ships on this big, big ocean.
Lord, where did I put this?
Straight to Flight of the Conchords. Too many ships on the dance floor.
And the Murderous Knave would be the third.
Murderous Knave?
They called me in high school.
Oh my God.
Really? Why?
No.
Were you
What a
killing
weird
people?
thing to say. What a weird thing.
I killed people.
That's what they tried to call me in court.
But you got away.
So, yes, 3 more. That's, and any sort of information that you have on those 3 is incredibly helpful, and I'll tell the admirals when I see them.
All right. Most of it would come from just knowing of the princes beforehand. I didn't get around much.
Oh, that's right.
After the fact.
Right. Did you want to talk about that? Or
not right now.
Okay.
And there's that pallidness gets more intense for a moment, and she kind of looks at her hands, and there is now a moment. She had stepped right back into, probably way too hard for her own physical health, that captain role immediately, and is recoiling out of it a little bit now, and you can see it on her face. In due time.
Okay. That's fine. I'm sure everyone has a question or 2, but I can't blame you for not wanting to talk about it. Sorry I couldn't get there faster.
You will not apologize to me.
Right.
It
She,
immediately
just
jumps straight back up. Yeah.
She's hunched in, trying not to say sorry. She's like, oh.
The hand kind of moves and settles on you.
I just...
Thank you.
Well, I've never listened well, so I was obviously going to come get you when you told me not to. Good job. Was that your plan? Did you figure if you told me no, then...
I mean, no, I wanted you not to, but also it's a lot of wasted effort.
That's fair. So a lot of the crew was taken and sold, and some of them were killed. Kari didn't tell you yet.
Who?
Doonan?
You can see it in her throat.
Uh-huh.
And she attempts not to let it reach her face, but her hand squeezes on yours. And she recalls your relationship as well with him, which just makes it more painful.
Benji's okay. Jax is fine. And Kari? And once I take Monmug, maybe I can find documents or something that tell us where everybody else got taken, and you can go find them. We have a lot of gold now. Well, we spend it quite liberally. We spend it a lot, but we could help. And the crown likes us, because we saved his son.
Oh my god, we need to speak more clearly.
I did try. I just 25 words is hard.
Yes, that's also weird. That's
what?
You can.
I can do so much things. Oh, you haven't met Bims. And she'll snap.
As he immediately, Bims kind of barrels forward, and you kind
Bims,
of
no,
very
no.
excited. Hello.
Hey.
You're hearing in your head hello.
Bims.
Hello.
She just woke up, so not jumping would be a good idea.
Gentle. Okay.
Yes.
He kind of as you let him go, he kind of floats down a little bit, and lands on the bed next to her. She kind of raises her hand and scratches under his chin.
This is Bims. He's my familiar, but more importantly, my friend.
Did he just come from air?
Yeah, I can. And she's gonna summon the liar. I can. I'm working on figuring out how it works, but you know how I kept talking about how I can't figure out where my magic comes from? I've been working on that, and there's this plane that I can. You know how I've always told you that and she starts just going. She's like, you know how I always told you that people were songs, and so when I tried to reach you, it was I was looking through this plane of endless songs, and I was looking for yours, and I could find it, but it was weird and broken and sounded strange, so I knew something was wrong. And then you acted like you couldn't talk to me, and you not talking like you was obvious enough. So right, that was a lot of words.
We have a lot of catching up to do.
We do. Also, I'm dating my first mate, who is the deckhand of your ship that I saved.
The sea elf?
Yeah, the pretty one.
Well, you have my taste in men, but I don't know about dating first mate.
Well, I didn't intend for it. When I took over the ship, my friends didn't at the time know anything about sailing, so he was the only one that I knew that did. So he's been wonderful.
Oh, he must have picked that up quickly as well.
Yeah. We just kind of faked it till it worked out, but he is very good at what he does.
That's fair enough. You're smart enough. It works. All
Eventually,
right.
all my friends.
Well, he can talk to me about his intentions, and we'll...
Lila, please don't.
Fine, I owe you one.
He's skittish. You'll terrify him.
I remember.
You'll... No! You'll absolutely...
No, get out!
No! God! No!
All right. I'll
with you.
leave him alone.
I cannot with you. Get back in your tentacles. Jesus.
Bim's is kind of just sitting there purring. She pets them. And I'll say, you guys have...
We catch up.
There are certain topics that are heavy that you kind of avoid, the two of you, just because you can see there are moments where the wind is taken from
her. Yeah.
She's recuperating. Kari, returns with food for both of you. And she doesn't let you go. she has a billion questions as well for you. And that same shrewd, mercantile, yet somehow weirdly paternal nature.
Right. Should have expected that.
But with that, you talk about your adventures avoiding the life-threatening, world-ending elements for now.
Yeah. The fun stuff first.
Anyone else want to do anything with their evening? And it has begun to set, the sun. You've been reading Zahl.
The sun sets and you lose your light.
Yeah, then I just come down, and strangely enough, you see Zahl in the dining room for the first time actually reading a book. And he's... Oh, okay.
You could do that?
That's extremely rude.
That.
That's extremely rude, I was going to say.
I feel like Sunshine and Bicker are down at the water at the campfires that the crew has made, just getting to know everybody.
And they're, it's easy for Sunshine to tell that this is a close-knit group. Morale is pretty high with this group. They're well-paid, well-fed, and keep winning things, which is pretty great. And they're hearty and readily open with food and drink. And you join in the festivities. Oceanus kind of wanders out eventually as well, joins in with the crew. Yeah. But if we don't... go ahead.
No, just Peach is definitely just spending time with their mom and Odophilia and the party if they choose to join.
Sure. Well, eventually everyone who's willing to do so can probably aggregate out at the fires, and there's just time spent with one another. And with that, the evening progresses with a little bit of food, a little bit of music. Parker, your call if you stay with Lila or join the group, but...
I figure eventually she'll get tired and Demi will tell her to go to sleep.
And she kind of attempts to turn it around on you. And says, all right, well, you can go, but it doesn't exactly work. You've grown, and you do make your leave. And she absolutely, as you're about to leave, just says, I'm proud of you, and thank you again.
Well, I am your kid. And she walks out.
Single tear.
Yeah. No one was there to hear it, so it's fine.
The same. Lila, no. Single tear for Lila for sure as well, and it will never be mentioned anywhere ever again.
Nope.
And with that, we'll call the evening. If you join the folks at the campfires, and everyone has their merrymaking, somber merrymaking, but merrymaking.
Whoop
whoop.
Mary, Megan, Mary, Megan.
Next morning.
The sun rises, my friends.
Sleep is so nice.
All right. What's the plan, my friends? You have saved Lila. You have a Kirik bone meal, who Lila the following day absolutely calls to grill about his support, and also simultaneously thank as well. But she has some questions for him out of curiosity about what he did and why and how and when. And who he's affiliated with. He's kind of dismissive, honestly, himself, which is like a rock and a hard place. But it's amicable, and there is some kind of acknowledgement of one another there before he departs and waits for you all to yeet.
I was gonna say.
Yeah, Salvator and Salvator
departs the room and goes and hangs out. What do y'all do?
And Vicar have to go.
I'm waiting to shoot people back to Neil Dra.
Yeah.
Would you like
go for
us
it.
to meet your mom today, sweet? Should I call her Lila or your... I don't know. It's
Lila's probably better.
Gotcha.
And Captain is also better. Captain Lila.
You're the capt. Okay.
I'm yours, but that does not take away her title of a ship.
That's
and
true.
she will recall and tell you that. So,
Gotcha.
just, if you'd like to make a good impression,
Cool.
Full title. Not she's not like me.
Gotcha.
You can. She's still a little weak at the moment. I honestly don't know. We're going to have to leave, and I think maybe Kari and her stay here for a while, if that's okay with Plum. Maybe, because we can't get the ship them back to the ship. We're not going back to Seaton, are we? Are we going back to Seaton before we go on?
Thought we were.
Are we? Well, then if we are, then you absolutely will meet her.
Would you like to look at the map?
I
We
would
were going
love
straight
to.
from here
I
to
think we were too. That's why I was like,
Are we going straight from here to
think we might be-
Monterey?
yeah, I think we
Yeah.
might be just
Because
having.
I thought they said, because
we have to meet
2
them.
days back,
We
2 days
have too many
over.
maps.
So it's been 4 days since we left the battlefront.
No, it's been more than that because we spent 2 days in Salt.
Yeah.
Neil draw.
5.
And
no,
we had-
we spent
it was-
1 day in Seaton.
One day in
was-
Seaton, one day
So
in
it's been
Neil
5
Draw,
days since we left the
or
battle.
2 days. It's like 1.5.
Yeah.
And then we came here.
This would be
and
day
we're
6.
separate. I think.
This is 2 days back, 1 day in Seaton, 2 days in Neil. Well, a day.
So it was 2 days sailing, 2 days in Seaton, 2 days in Neil Draw, and a day in Saltmarsh.
So
At least
So
6
it's been a
days.
week.
Yeah.
it's been a while. And they were moving within 2 weeks. So we do have to get back soon.
I should put you on that.
Which, if we did 2 days to Seaton and then 2 days from Seaton, that would put us there. Because if we go straight, I don't know how long that would be because we never calculated it. But it takes 2 days to get to Seaton,
Mm-hmm.
and then it takes us 2 days from Seaton to get to Fairwind.
Fairwind Hold, yes.
Yeah.
So
And then 3 to 4 days.
But we're
from
going to
Fairwind
Monmouth.
Hold to Monmouth.
Yeah,
Come
so
on,
it's
Mark.
we're closer
You-
here.
You
I
know
think.
that
We
if
go
you
past.
open sea sail, you'll be able to shave off a day or two straight from Saltmarsh to at least 2 days
off.
If you
If
stop
we
in
avoid going
Seaton,
into it.
Yeah, you tack in 2 days.
So we are going on. We're going
Cool.
straight on, I think.
okay.
So, and I mean that's not a huge deal because we can always send the Falling Star back,
Yeah,
or
so
they
we're
can come
going
get their own
here.
stuff. Plus, it'll force Lila to rest.
Valid.
Yeah, that's Demi's like, if she stays here, she won't be able to start playing captain before she should again.
She's already tried to get up twice today.
Yeah. Yep. So, I think it's better to just sail on by. Peach, this is not a fun question, but where and when are you going?
I think whenever you leave.
Is there any way we can help with that, or do you have somewhere you need to go?
They will just good wait. Do the map that was in the that when we first arrived to the island that was on the table, I assume that Oceanus has his own map, correct?
Sure.
Can I assume that?
It's a fair
I think so,
assumption.
Spirit.
Okay.
Yes, he has a map. He is a navigator on a ship that's been sailing up and down the coast for.
Of course.
Yeah. Peach will thinking about the mountain range that is in Sunshine's painting, they will kind of unfurl that map and point to the hell furnaces.
Let me see if I can.
And it
get
was the yeomanry, right?
the
Or
yeomanry.
yeomanry?
The yeomanry, but the stars that they saw, the constellations, were
Oh.
right above the hell
Hell
furnaces.
furnaces. Now, was
Okay.
the northern hell furnaces, which is,
Okay.
4 weeks through hostile terrain from like the Amedio jungle. The best launching point for this, make a survival check.
17.
Probably the Styes.
Ooh, I think I have to go to the styes and proceed from there.
lovely.
There's something I'm going to do that that Didasco, that Teach did. You remember when he summoned Oscar?
Yes.
I
Can you do that?
think I can do that. And I've been thinking for a little bit about how I should do that. And I have something in mind, but I shouldn't do it on the island.
Oh. All right.
I don't want to summon a horse on an island.
That is fair.
Yeah.
Astute.
Well, we're probably going to leave as soon as possible.
Is Ophelia going with you?
No. She's staying
Then-
with you.
We'll keep her safe.
Yep.
Thank you.
She'll hate it, but, you know, we'll do what we can.
She'll hate it, but I won't be around to tell her what not to do, so I think she might actually do better
Well.
without me.
I don't believe that.
I don't know.
Also, the whole saying, distance makes the heart grow fonder.
I'm already pretty fond.
Yes, but, you know, you never know. I don't think it's anything bad. I think you'll do just fine. Speaking of which, and she'll pull out the green leather journal with the stars on it. So, before I left on my first whole, thing when I wanted to be a performer, this is different, but the whole reason that I had this little journal that I have is Lila gave it to me. And so Lila gave it to me to record what I had done and things I wanted to tell her later and things that were important to me. So this one is for you. So that you don't forget anything.
Oh, Demi, that's beautiful.
If you open the front cover to the first page, she did something similar to what Lila did, but it says something different. It says, "Follow your star" in Primordial.
They just break into a
Ugh.
soft smile. No, they're
Okay, I was just
they're-
like, please don't
they're
cry.
emotional, but no, they're smiling.
Thank you, Demi.
Yes, that way you won't forget anything that you're supposed to tell us. I did have a thought also. Did you want me to check in with the Dosco and see where he is? Is it possible that he might be meeting you out there sometime? Or is he
Maybe.
busy doing other things for your
I don't
dragon?
know what he's doing. Last time Zahl checked, he said that his son Luther killed the Beholder.
I don't believe that.
I don't either.
Dude, why would you not believe that? Makes perfect sense to me.
I'm just saying I could check in on people if you so wanted. I just had that thought a second ago.
That might be nice.
But sorry, Josh. I thought about it now, not before, and I
And then the
apologize.
episode ends!
I was like, oh, we can do that later though.
No, we can do it now.
Zahl looks very, I don't know how to describe this look. Confused but sad. Is this our goodbyes? Because we need to leave soon.
Well, it's our goodbyes for now. We'll probably set out today, since it's still early, and I'll be able to tell Lila. So, not this particular instant, but today.
Zahl just gets wrapped up in a huge hug.
Oh,
While he's being hugged, I would like to make a sleight of hand check to slide 10 gold into Peach's pocket.
oh, don't worry. Demi is going to give
What's
them
Peach's
allowance.
passive perception?
9.
Cool.
Oh, I don't know why I rolled. It's 9.
Well, I got a 15
Yeah,
plus
yeah.
1, so 16.
Peach, add 10 gold
I
to your
don't know
inventory.
things. Yeah.
I still have a decent amount of gold.
10 gold you don't
that
know
was
is there.
10 gold I don't know is here. I'll find out later. And I won't know who did it.
It's a mystery.
You'll know who did it.
No, because they'll be like, was it Ophelia or was it Zahl?
Me, but I don't have money.
It was Zahl 100% is hugging back. You know, Peach, you're the first person that has left me that I've cared about. And that's sad. And he's 100% choking back tears at this point. I'm gonna miss you a lot. I know that you are gonna do great things, and I'm so proud. But I'm gonna miss you.
I'm gonna miss you so much. Zahl, what you said to Shek. I just want to say that I'm so proud of you. Because the person you were talking about isn't you anymore.
Oh, he fully breaks down at that point. Shit. Oh, he's gone.
Goodbye.
Needs this.
Sounds.
Hearing that is coming from somebody as good as you means so many worlds. And Peach, you are one of the strongest people I've ever met in my life. One of the most kind and giving people. I know Salvator said it to you, but you should see that version of yourself, because that version of you is absolutely stunning. And I'm just so proud that I get to call you a friend. And I know you're going to do great things. And I cannot wait to hear you tell me about all of them. And I'll make you a promise. Next time we meet, we duel to see if I've gotten any better.
I have faith in you. You're
And
doing
I have
so
faith
great.
in you. And I know it's awkward because metal armor, but he's like trying to give a tight hug.
Absolutely.
It's awkward because
It's like creak, creak, creak. Just a creaky hug.
But Zahl 100% steps back and he's can't hold it back anymore, and he's just crying. He's just straight crying at this point.
I mean, so is Peach, because I'm a wimp. So this is happening on their face.
What a mood.
So we won. This can be the farewells as the ships are prepared. We'll say Kirik is and Bicker are able to make their way back to Neildra. There are farewells. Salvator does such penmanship and such arcane magic. You don't even fucking know.
Salvator, oh, no, sorry. I'm looking at Salvator because he was just doing the magic.
Hello.
Not Salvator. Sunshine, other S name, will just... yeah, I'm not Salvator. Sunshine will just wrap Bicker, embrace him, say, "May so much art come to life beneath these hands while I'm away," and kiss every single knuckle.
He's just beaming at you the way he does. There's a little bit of sadness in his face, which, again, every time. But eventually he kind of takes your hands back. And with that,
Oh, I love.
I'll see you in 8 months.
See you soon, my sweetheart.
It's the line.
And so now we're left, basically, you guys are loading the Falling Star in the few last minutes. There's a rowing boat ready for Peach to go. Zahl shared those touching words with Peach. If there's any final words... God, Josh, articulate it like a fucking funeral. If there are any moments anyone would like to share with each other, we could do those before we part ways and move towards Fairwind Hold, I believe is the plan. Is that correct?
Fairwind or Monmurg?
Monmurg, but...
Well,
Via
Fairwind.
Fairwind.
Fairwind, then.
Yeah.
Unless, I
Okay.
mean,
Group.
if you want to go
No,
straight
no,
to
you're
we're
right.
not
Monmurg,
regroup
We're
with
not going
everybody. Don't try
straight.
that shit
No,
with me,
no,
Yeah.
no, no, no.
son of a bitch,
Nope.
goddammit.
Peach is gonna find everyone individually, if that's alright. I feel like they've had their goodbye with Zahl. I don't... Yeah. They'll go to Salvator and just say, you know, I meant what I said on the roof a couple weeks ago.
Oh, hello, Peach.
Hi.
Hi.
I'm leaving soon. I just wanted to...
Right.
To say that I meant what I told you a couple weeks ago. I really do trust you.
I'm going to give you another piece of advice. I know we had our talk the other day, and I hope you take that to heart.
Brutal advice. Yes. I will take more advice from you.
You should be less trusting of people. Because I do not deserve yours. You're going to be alone out there, and there won't be people like Demi or Zahl or me who know how the world works and how mean it can be to people. People will try to take advantage of your kind heart. And if you let them, we'll hunt them down and leave them as an example to the rest. But try to avoid leaving quite a wake of dead in your path.
I will take that into consideration. But I stand by what I said. I trust you.
Well, then your friends are in excellent hand. I hold up the one that's still white.
They know he doesn't like contact, so they'll just give it a quick squeeze and say, stay safe.
Ah! Yeah.
Oh, sorry.
Breaks out in hives.
It crumbles to dust.
Oh gosh.
Sorry.
They will go to Demi and say, well, in Primordial, after they throw their arms around her, just say, thank you so much for being my captain and for being the driving force behind me ever setting out into the world.
I didn't know that. But you're welcome.
Stay
Thank
safe.
Thank you for making me nicer. And standing in front of me until I could stand on my own.
You're so strong.
Took you a little while to notice, but yes. I'm crying.
Oh, I'm crying at all. Say through tears.
Take care of yourself. Or I will come find you. And you don't want that.
No, it sounds like if I don't do that, there's a line of people who are going to commit murder. So I will do my best.
It'll be a line of strong, independent women who will be very mad at you. And Zahl, and then Salvator as well. Yes, so take care of yourself. And, go say goodbye to her. And she will kiss them on the cheek and squeeze their hand and walk towards Lila's room, because she's doing her own goodbye.
They will go to Otophilia. Just kiss her one last time.
She returns it, of course. And she's...
Yeah.
Sorry.
No, you.
I'm just going to say, as you pull her in, it's back to that moment of kind of sensitive frailness that you've experienced a few times with her before.
You are brave and brilliant. And full of surprises.
whatever fear I have of something happening to you has proven so unfounded. You're incredible. And I'm going to miss you so much.
You hear that, world? If you mess with them, I'll come and kick your ass. She kind of is clearly crying again. All the crying, all the time. Oh my god. All right. Well.
I'll kind of touch the spyglass that they gave her and say, keep your eye on the horizon.
She leans in and kisses you again in return, and then breaks it and just very, very quietly in your ear. I love you. And then she backs away and says, go on.
I love you, Ophelia Water. They will go find Plum.
Oh, God.
Dun dun dun.
She's just been crying the whole fucking time openly with, like, no abashedness about it at all. She's just been standing there like, oh.
I feel like in the corner of all our conversations, you just see Peach in the background like,
Exact. That's 100% it. 100%. Her apron is just absolutely soaked because she keeps dabbing her eyes with it.
Embrace her. I feel like they're right by the rowboat.
Yeah, right next to it. She's like been guarding it, so she gets the last farewell.
So on brand.
I love you so much, Mom.
I love you too, Peachy.
I will be back. But in the meantime, you are not alone. And I promise that you will not ever be alone again.
Thank you. You are the greatest thing to ever happen to me. She just leans in and hugs you and cries and cries. And when you try to back away, she holds you firmly and cries and cries. And eventually kind of releases and backs away just a few inches and then keeps crying and dabbing her eyes.
I hold her tight. Say, thank you for being the reason I'm strong enough to do this.
Just cries even harder. God damn it.
And they will row away. And as soon as they get to shore, they will cast Find Deed.
Okay.
damn it.
And this, the celestial light will just kind of coalesce into a warhorse that is so dark purple, it almost looks black. And where some horses have some sort of star or stripe, there is this faint, silvery, seven-pronged star. And they'll say, "Hi, Volta." And Volta is the turning point of a Petrarchan sonnet. They'll climb onto Volta's back. Say, "On to what's next?"
And as you crack the metaphysical reins, and Volta leaps forward in a gallant stride along the sandy shores, southwards, along the edge, past the deadwood, past the Hool Marshes, out into the great sulfur flats that stretch for miles and miles towards the hell furnaces. You have your goal in mind, your objective, Peach. A purple capelet flapping in the wind behind you, silver image or silver armor catching the sunlight, this strange, semi-translucent celestial purple steed, sand throwing up as its hooves beat along the beach. You depart your friends on whatever venture is being set forth before you by this strange, eclectic god. And with that, my friends, as the falling star sails unfurl, Demi at the helm with Oceanus, Salvator stoically keeping an eye on everything, Zahl making sure that everything is tacked and controlled down, breaks, the wind catching it, setting off into the early morning light as you head for Fairwind Hold. My friends, Sunshine kind of glances, smiling as you lean against the kind of wooden barrier, wind catching you, blowing against you. We will end this episode.
Oh,
Hey.
We did it.
we did.
I'm not
I'm
sad.
such a mess.
I
Spawn's
didn't
totally
cry
crying
for the
under
laugh.
that thing. That's definitely why you wore it.
What are you talking about? Get out
Yeah.
of here.
All right. And with that, guys, we'll do a few quick announcements. And then we'll call it, and we'll see you all here next week. Don't forget to be here tomorrow for the Call of Cthulhu one-shot.
That's me.
Woo!
That's right. Cthulhu himself
Sean.
No, not
ordains
Roman.
this one-shot.
Call of Shantulu.
Terrifying. Parker,
Good show,
I think you have the... No, I do. I do this every time. Guys, we could not bring any of this joy or sadness or epicness of swashbuckling or magical spell slinging to you without our fantastic sponsor or partners, Soundtail. God, they've been with us since the beginning. You can get yourself a copy of Soundtail by clicking on the link in chat if you want some very, very, very cool, awesome music for your games. Of course, our second partner is Arcane Anthems, who makes all those amazing intro songs for our shows, and also free D&D music for you. If you want a copy of it, you can go over to his Patreon, click on that link, get a copy downloaded for yourself. And of course, last but not least, Rolaris Maps, who made the amazing overworld map of the Azur that you see often featured in our games. Parker.
Hello, I'm here to remind you that we are affiliated with Found Familiar Coffee, that I was drinking even though I was sweltering hot. Our discount code is in chat.
And of course, the most important announcement for last, Sean.
I would like to thank all of our fantastic moderators for keeping our chat nice and clean and good place to hang out and have fun while you enjoy the show. Keep up with all our announcements and get everything nice and organized. We appreciate you. We can't do this without you. Bam, 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 bam.
Woo!
We love you.
We love
Love
you
you.
guys.
We love
Stay
you.
safe. We'll be back next week, and we will be doing a raid shortly, so stay with us. We'll figure it out in a minute.
Oh.
Okay.
Oh,
Love
hell
you
yeah.
all. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.